Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad be on vacation for just a few more days, but I'm Eli Moon, and I'm back, and I'm a little out of the camera shot. My goodness gracious, folks. If you only knew what it took for me in the last few minutes to make sure my hair wasn't on fire, to make sure that I was in my seat. I'm back from Columbus. I was off yesterday. Appreciate Double A and Autumn holding it down, and hopefully you tuned in. A lot of great stuff. I was able to catch a little bit of Midnight Run. I was out there in Columbus. My little brother, he lives out there in Columbus, goes to Ohio State. Very, very proud of him. And it was so cool to go out there and just experience Columbus. We'll get into that in just a second here. But, again, thank you to Double A and Autumn. Great time, and I got to hear the interview with Keon Sports' Dom Clary. A real good breakdown. And I'll tell you, for somebody on the other side for once, because usually I'm there producing Double A show at midnight, to be on the other side and just hear it. It was a little weird, but a little relaxing at the same time. Like, okay, I don't have to hit any buttons. I'm good. I can just tune in and enjoy myself. So that was very, very good. With all that being said, again, Columbus was incredible. This is my second time going down to visit my little brother. He's been down there for a few years. And really the way it works out is, he comes up here, and then we try to find a way, but just he's so busy. He's in school, and he's really working hard, and I'm beyond proud of him. But we were able to line up a trip where Papa Moon, Mama Moon, and myself, we all got in the car, and we came down to Columbus, headed down to Columbus, and we saw my little brother, did a ton of stuff in such a short, jam-packed 2 days here, right? Yesterday, we went down to Columbus, right, and we had pizza, a great pizza place. The name, it's funny. You're like, what pizza place? I miss it right now. I'll get it during the break, see if Pop Moon knows it. I'll go flag him down. But a great evening dinner. We went and got some ice cream at a local ice cream shop. Of course, maybe it may not be up to speed or your speed, that is. But I had mint chocolate chip ice cream. And you can fight me in the comments. You can yell at me wherever you are watching. But I'll tell you this. Mint chocolate chip is undefeated. It's one of the best ice cream flavors. A lot of great stuff. It was really cool just to sit there and have ice cream, sit there and talk to the fam. Luna, the dog, our dog, our family dog, really my little brother's dog, at this point, right? But it was real cool to have, just camaraderie, family. It was so important. And today is my official birthday. Hold your applause. Thank you. But today's my official birthday. I turned 29. We did a ton today. We went to Kozai out there in Columbus, which is real cool. Like here in Cleveland, we have we're Cleveland's digital leader. We have the Great Lakes Science Center. This is like a bigger, in my opinion, Great Lakes Science Center. Maybe a little different, depending who you ask, but I think we all enjoyed it. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of great exhibits, and it was a really, really fun time. With all that being said, we also came back home. We regrouped for a moment, figured some things out. We stopped at Sheetz, and it was funny because Mama Moon, first off, she had never been inside of Sheetz. My mom has got gas at Sheetz. She is sent, one of me or my little brother when he was here or whoever's with her in the car to go grab some energy drinks or whatever she needs. She has never ate at Sheetz. And, it maybe, it left a little to be desired, at least out there in Columbus. So let's try a Cleveland location. I think it'll change your mind a little bit. But a little odd. I will get into that. I had 2 hot dogs, and, that's my go-to at Sheetz. And I asked for, shredded cheese and mustard. And I unwrapped the foil when we got back, just something to hold us over. And the cheese and the mustard were underneath the hot dog. And the hot dog was just chilling. I don't know. We regrouped. We chilled out. Took care of business. Then we came back outside. And we went and grabbed some dinner. We were going to sit down originally. But we decided on Wario's. And shout out Wario's. My little brother said it is the #1 cheesesteak place in Ohio. I'm doing my fact checking here, but I trust my little brother. And I'll tell you, even if it isn't, it was damn good. I have a little bit left over to eat after the show. We have the Daily Spiral coming up at 11 p.m. I'll be back for Midnight Run. Hopefully I can eat this entire rest of this cheesesteak by Midnight Run. But my goodness, folks, so good. And we just got to sit there and relax a little bit more. And then we headed back the last 2 hours, been on the road. And then I'm back here. I'm in my seat. I'm ready for all of you. And make sure if you haven't been here before, hello. If you've been here before, welcome back. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow at InsideEdge.net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all that great stuff. Smash that notification bell so you know when we're going live across all the socials. 4 daily shows, including, of course, starting off with On Filter with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. And then the 3-hour, 3-show, 1-stream phenomenon, which is Inside Edge Primetime, typically with Chad B and myself. Chad Bryan on vacation. He'll be back next week. So excited to have him back and catch up on his time off. Very excited about that. And, of course, that's 10 to 11, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12. We have the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm and rotating co-host, AA, myself, and Chad. That's 11 to 12. And then at midnight, Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, midnight to 1. Everything Monday through Friday, those 4 shows I mentioned. We have great weekly programming as well. Real Talk with Pop Moon Saturdays at 5 p.m. The Voice of the Land, you just heard that earlier today. Ryan Mosser and Kevin Arnold. That's at 6:05 p.m. A lot of great stuff. Legal Formation Mondays, 7 p.m. Chad Bryan and TK Dandridge. And you can read about all these fine people at our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Again, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. You can go read about your favorite personalities. Go check out our partners page because we couldn't do without them. Fanatics.com, AlleyRoseFragrances.com, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, W Energy, and Omega Video Marketing. Appreciate them and appreciate you at home. So make sure you go grab something nice at the merch store, our merchandise store. Grab a shirt, a hat, a mug, a polo, a windbreaker. Get that windbreaker ready for the fall season. Get it ready. Rep Cleveland's digital leader and your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And make sure you download the Inside Edge Network app on Roku. That's right, we're on Roku. Take us wherever. The baseball game, we could, you could go to Columbus. If you're going to Columbus, take us with you to the disco, out of the state, wherever. Take us with you, Inside Edge Network app on Roku. All right, folks, got a lot to get into tonight, and I'm excited to. We've been hearing a lot of talks after the Browns starting up training camp, and the quarterback battle is in full swing. Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders. Who's going to be the starter? On one side, you have Deshaun Watson, all the money the Browns have invested, and they're just trying to see if they can just squeeze any sort of offense, any sort of availability from him, right, in this contract to be able to make it worth it for them, it appears, and see if maybe he could help, at least, if anything, bridge gap. A lot of fans, and myself included, are not a fan of that. And then, of course, on the other side, you have Shedeur Sanders. Obviously, second-year pro, 5th-round draft pick, had a few wins to end the season last year. As AA mentioned yesterday at Midnight Run, the reason Fernando Mendoza is not in a Cleveland Browns uniform. The Browns were in that running for the number 1 draft pick, few wins, against some division rivals, and now you pivot, you draft Spencer Fano on the offensive line, and that's where we're at, right? So you have Shedeur, these guys are going at it, Shedeur and Deshaun. It seems like they have a good relationship, but of course one can only be the starter, the other will be the backup, and I think it's really, really important for Shedeur Sanders to win this job because it feels like Shedeur Sanders is on right now. Hear me out, Cleveland and everywhere else. Shedeur Sanders is on borrowed time here in Cleveland. What I mean by that is he's on a clock to basically show if he can be the future. There's a few things working against him if you look at it. Of course, the Deshaun Watson battle right now and the Browns feeling some sort of obligation to see what it's worth or what he's worth at this point. And then, of course, that 2027 NFL draft class. You have the quarterback draft class, Dante Moore, Arch Manning, so many names. CJ Carr, I believe, will be more than likely declaring. We'll see how the season goes, but Trinidad Chambliss out of Ole Miss, so many names. And that's all working against Shedeur Sanders. But what he does have going for him, he's a community guy. He's, first off, in the locker room, in the Berea, training facility right there in Berea. He is doing his thing. He's studying the playbook. He has a good relationship with Todd Monken, and he's doing everything he can to be that guy. And, of course, Deshaun Watson, a rough practice yesterday. And, I'll credit Garrett Bush. I'll credit Garrett Bush because he mentioned to AA in his interview about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago, that we'll see what happens when the pads come on. Well, the pads are on. Let's see what happens. But I was thinking, guys and girls and everybody out there, Yes, the quarterback battle is very interesting. You have, again, Deshaun, the veteran, and all the baggage and everything there, the story. And then you have Shedeur Sanders, who we're still kind of trying to see what exactly is there. And then I started thinking, man, we've talked a lot about the quarterbacks. But if everybody recalls, last year and in the last few seasons, everybody around the quarterback were question marks. Now, I'll take a step back for a moment. Of course, we have Quinshon Judkins returning from injury. He'll be the lead running back for the Cleveland Browns, and I think he should have another good year, a promising year, a strong year. And then Harold Fannin, Double-A's favorite, Bowling Green State University alum. And, of course, I believe he will make that leap into this top 5 tight end discussion this upcoming season. But then you start looking at everything else, right? Okay, you have Judkins and you have Fannin. But what about the wide receiver room? There's a lot of unknowns there, right? You have Jerry Jeudy. Let's start there, right? You have Jerry Jeudy. He's last year the number 1 receiver for the Cleveland Browns. Couldn't catch a cold. And now he comes into a room right now with Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion. Concepcion, the first-round draft pick for the Browns. Denzel Boston, the second-round pick for the Browns, the third pick they made in last year's or this past year's draft class. That's where we're at. I started thinking, right? I don't know how this receiver room is going to look, right? You could talk about Shedeur, you could talk about Deshaun Watson, you could talk about how they're going to look, how they're going to look in terms of talent-wise, execution-wise, new playbook with Todd Monken. But if these guys can't catch, and now granted, 2 of these are rookies, so we'll talk about those guys specifically in a moment. But if they can't catch the ball, if they can't get open, find ways to get open, then it really doesn't matter who you chop back there. You could put Papa Moon or myself back there, and we'd be in the same spot. We've seen it. We've seen it because even at times, early on in the season last year, when Joe Flacco was still a Cleveland Brown, Jeudy dropping passes, Cedric Tillman dropping passes, guys not getting open, the offense looking stagnant. Now, granted, a whole new scheme under Todd Monken, but Jerry Jeudy's got a lot to prove. Starting with him in this wide receiver room, he's got a lot to prove. Not only if he can be a wide receiver 1, but if he can be a valued piece in a winning franchise's wide receiver room. Remember, Jeudy, a Denver Bronco, a first-round draft pick, a lot of praise, and I was very high on him coming out of Alabama. A guy that I thought really could be one of, if not the best receiver in the league. And man, do I look stupid for that one. But right now, we're just hoping that he can put together a solid season and help make the transition process to the NFL easier for Boston, for Concepcion, for these guys. That is their first season. I don't know if I trust Jerry Jeudy to be a leader in that wide receiver room. This isn't like it's a 32, 33-year-old guy. He's still essentially in his prime. And the Browns drafted 2 receivers. So you wonder what's going through on, in his mind. Obviously, he's been asked about the quarterback discussion. He doesn't get into it, and I respect him for that. But you wonder what's going through his mind. This is almost a prove-it season for Jerry Jeudy. Because I think if he has another down year, he won't be in Cleveland next year. And then, of course, we have Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion. I'll start with Concepcion. Of course, the wide receiver that gets out in space and he's gone. Blouses, it's over. That's what it is when Casey Concepcion gets the ball in open space. But with that being said, I don't know how I feel about him. I've got to be honest, guys. And I've been feeling that way about him since the first round draft pick was made. I'm worried about his hands, if he can catch the ball. And I'm worried that he won't be able to create that open space when we get to the NFL level. The college to NFL speed difference is there. There's a gap. There's a jump. Can Casey Concepcion get open? Can he get open? And then, of course, you have Denzel Boston. And I want to, real quick before we get to Denzel Boston, hey, Nate's tuning in. Hey, Nate. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Yes, I was off yesterday. I'm back from Columbus. And, of course, we're talking Cleveland Browns, man. But I hope you're doing well as well. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you every night, man. And, I believe you're talking about Joe Flacco, about he looked night and day different in Cincy. Kind of seems to be the trend with Joe Flacco anywhere he goes from. He leaves Baltimore. The Baltimore kind of cuts ties with him. Kind of bounces around, goes to Denver. And then he comes to Cleveland and has that resurgence. And then Cincy was able to hold down the fort enough. I mean, Well, what else can you expect out of the guy? Let's get back to the Browns wide receiver room, though. You have Denzel Boston. And out of all three guys I've mentioned, Concepcion, Judy, and Boston, I feel the best about Denzel Boston. This is a guy who has the size, has the athleticism, can go up and make a play. Even if a play's not there. There's going to be times in the season, let's be honest, every team has those where you're chucking up the ball and just hoping. You've seen the memes? Hey, I hope so-and-so's out there. Insert wide receiver, star wide receiver. You would hope Denzel Boston turns into that guy. I think he has a lot of promise to become that guy. I think he's somebody that the Browns can go, hey, we're going to put you on the outside. You're going to go out and get it. We're going to run post routes. We're going to run go routes. We're going to create opportunities for you. Of course, it's going to also rely on the other guys we mentioned. Concepcion. Is he going to be able to go over the middle, run these little outside routes, these out routes, and create almost a decoy, right? A decoy. Is Jerry Jeudy going to be able to take some pressure off the rookie? I think this could be a big year for Denzel Boston, but I think it also falls a little bit on these other guys as well to work as a unit and use their strengths. I think out of all of them, Jerry Jeudy's the best route runner. I think Concepcion's probably the fastest to get out in space, and Denzel Boston is a dog. A dog. He is a dude that I really believe could be here for the next 10 to 12 years if the Browns are good. It's a big if. We've seen guys come and go. That's the wide receiver room. Of course, we talked tight end, Harold Fannin. I feel really good there. Quinshon Judkins, I feel good there. We'll see about Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson's a guy that, I don't know, maybe a goal line back, maybe a change of pace back, but I think the Browns will be looking to add a running back next year, regardless if they have a great season, a bad season, an in-between season. I think they will look to help give a complimentary piece to Quinshon Judkins. I don't know if it's Sampson. We'll see, though. He could always prove me wrong, but at least you have Judkins as that workhorse, that guy that can be a three-down back, can get out of space. So I feel good about running back, feel good about tight end for the most part, at least the starting running back, the starting tight end. The line has a ton of questions, though. And that's another thing. I think when everybody talks about a quarterback, they forget that this is a whole new line. There's no Joel Bitonio. There's no Wyatt Teller. There's no any of these guys. I mean, let's just cut the fluff. It's a whole new line. Spencer Fano, obviously a top 10 draft pick for the Cleveland Browns. He's going to be a versatile guy. They're going to look to use him at left tackle, obviously, but at Utah, he played right tackle because Caleb Lamu, who was also a first-round draft pick, he needed to play the left side of the ball. So, hey, move him over. Fano can do that. That's a good thing to know. And, of course, you saw out, reports, coming out that, hey, Fano's going to split time with DeJuan Jones. DeJuan Jones, I know there's a lot of interesting things said about him in terms of, he had some bright moments and then he couldn't stay healthy and then he got back and then he couldn't play well and he got benched and then he got hurt. So you imagine that it's just really to test Fano and get the rookie ready to earn this job and to push forward coming week one, moving into week one. That's what you'd expect, right? You'd expect competition. We've seen it at almost every position on this offense. Quarterback, in the receiver room we just mentioned, there's definitely some competition going on there. And even at the offensive line position. But this is a fresh new line. Rookies, younger guys, some retreads. You're going to have to see how this cohesion works, how cohesive they are as a unit. Because if they come out and they can't block anybody, if Shador or Deshaun, pick your quarterback at this point, can't get more than 2 seconds back there in the backfield, then we're in trouble. Then we're in absolute trouble. Joe Thomas isn't coming to save us. Joel Bitonio isn't coming to save us. Nobody from Browns past is coming to save us. We don't have those guys anymore. Of course, Jack Conklin, also a guy not here anymore. Just so many things going on with that Browns offensive line. And that makes me wonder because I've heard it and I had some time to think yesterday and I hear the quarterback discussion. I think it's the most important discussion when it comes to this team. I'm not downplaying that. I'm not saying it isn't. But you got to look around this too. And I think we should start looking at who is around whoever the Browns pick at quarterback. Are the receivers going to step up? Are they going to be able to catch the ball and create opportunities where the defense isn't putting 8 in the box because they know the best player, the only player able to get the ball is a guy you can just hand it off to in Judkins? Are they going to be able to protect the quarterback? You wonder these things, right? I had to really get that off my chest because, yes, obviously I want Shedeur Sanders to be the guy. But if the other guys in this wide receiver room, if the line doesn't step up, it's all for naught. And we're probably drafting a quarterback in 2027. So that's how I feel going into, the next few days of training camp, the next few weeks of training camp as we start a preseason. Of course, the Pro Football Hall of Fame game, I believe it's Panthers and Cardinals. Oh, my goodness. Next Saturday, I believe it's next Saturday the 7th or Sunday, next weekend. That's what we'll say. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, but football's back, and we're almost into real regular season football. We got a few things we got to take care of in Berea, and we hope the Browns can surprise us, right? That's the big hope, that they can surprise us going into September, October, November, and maybe in December. Yeah, we'll be cold here in Cleveland, but maybe we'll feel some warmth in our hearts because the Browns are playing better than expected. I'm not going to say playoff hunt, just better than what we're expecting. I think there's a lot of low expectations on this Browns team, and honestly, as it should be. Maybe they shock us. Who knows? We've been saying that a few times here in Cleveland, a few more times than I'd like to count. All right. We're off and rolling here. Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad B on vacation, back next week with us. Got a lot to talk to about Chad B's vacation. I saw some crazy things going on in his vacation. He's been all over the place. Can't wait to talk to him. Can't wait to talk to all you right there at home or wherever you may be when we come back here from a quick pause and a word from a few of our partners. When we come back, I got to talk about these Cavaliers. LeBron's not here. He's not coming here. Of course, you've heard some of the reports about the meeting with the Cavs, and it almost feels like they decided to say, LeBron, thanks, but no thanks. In a way. Of course, both parties kind of seemed like mutually said, it just ain't going to work this time. The Donovan extension, Donovan Mitchell here long term, and now you have some questions. Mario Hezonja's a Cav, but is he a Cav? And what exactly are they doing to benefit this roster moving forward for, again, October and November when basketball starts back up here? A lot to talk about when it comes to those Cleveland Cavaliers. And later on in the show, I'm 29 now. I know that's not old, but I did some reflecting. I'd like to share with you what I have thought about here today on my 29th birthday. So much more to go over here on Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. We're back right after this.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan on vacation for just a few more days. He'll be back Monday with us. Can't wait to talk to the bro. I'm Eli Moon. We are back in the saddle, on the saddle, saddle adjacent here with all of you. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening with the Inside Edge Network. Talked about those Cleveland Browns in the opening segment. A lot to talk about, not just quarterback, but everything around in that offense. Whole new look under Todd Monken. We'll get into all of that. We are also going to get into those Cavaliers in just a moment, but what I want to remind you, of course, if you haven't been here before, welcome, hello. Thanks for tuning in. If you've been here before, hey, welcome back. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, follow Inside Edge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all the socials. Smash that notification bell so you know when we're going live. 4 daily shows, a lot of great weekly programming. You can stay locked in with all of that just by locking in, following, like and subscribe and Inside Edge Net. And go read about all those personalities at InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Check out our partners page. A lot of great stuff there. And go to the merchandise store. That's right. You at home. Go grab a shirt, a hat, a mug, a polo, a windbreaker. Tuck it away for the fall. Rep Cleveland's digital leader and your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And download the Inside Edge Network app on Roku. That's right. We're on Roku. Take us wherever you want to go. To the disco, out of the state, to the local bar, to the baseball game, wherever you want to go. Take us with you on the road. Inside Edge Network app on Roku. All right, those Cavaliers, well, hey, they missed out on LeBron. They've missed out on everybody, it seems like. And you start wondering, where exactly do the Cavs go from here, right? Where do the Cleveland Cavaliers go from here? This is a team that was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And, of course, they got a participation trophy because they got swept by the Knicks. It all fell downhill after the 22-point blown lead in Game 1 in Madison Square Garden. And the Knicks obviously go on to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. They defeat the Spurs. They win the championship. We know the story. We get it. We're here. We get it. The Cavs, obviously, at that point, shift their focus to really anybody they can bring in here. You know, Giannis, nope. Jaylen Brown, nope. LeBron, nope. And they haven't really made any moves that have benefited this roster, all while losing Dean Wade to Philadelphia, losing Keon Ellis to Brooklyn, and having a lot of these guys in trade discussions while trying to get LeBron. Max Strus, Dennis Schroeder. You know, we've heard the mention of some of these guys, and you wonder where the Cavaliers are going to go from here when it comes to how are they going to make this roster better, right? I mean, for lack of better words, how are they going to make this roster a championship roster? We know they have the grit to get out of the second round, it appears. How do they get to that next level? And with all these other Eastern Conference teams getting better, Toronto, we're waiting on the finalization of the Kawhi trade, of course, but he should be in Toronto. You have Philadelphia, right? You know, that whole new super team, Jaylen Brown, LeBron, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. You have Detroit. That was the number 1 seed last year. They're going to be back with a vengeance, looking to redeem themselves. You have so many teams. Boston, Jason Tatum is now officially his team. Paul George there. We'll see how that works out. Mitchell Robinson and company. You kind of see how it works out there in Beantown in Boston. But a lot of teams have gotten better. The Cavaliers, really, you know, you would say they've stayed the same, but they've gotten worse. Let's be honest, folks. They've gotten worse. They've lost 2 of their depth pieces in Wade, who was starting majority of the playoffs for Cleveland, and then Keon Ellis. I know he didn't play a lot in the postseason, but he was somebody that helped out in that second half as a younger player, somebody that maybe the Cavs could have looked forward to in terms of that Evan Mobley timeline, which it seems like they're shifting towards. I know Donovan signed long-term, but it seems like the Cavs, it don't matter who you offer. Michael Jordan could come out of retirement, and the Cavs would say, we're keeping Evan Mobley. That's how it feels right now in Cleveland. That Evan Mobley is untouchable. There's a few guys that are untouchable, it feels, in the league, and Evan Mobley, it looks like he's one of them. But how are the Cavs going to get better? They signed Mario Hezonja. Chad and I joked about it last week, about are they going to sign Hezonja? Is that the move? And, of course, the Cavs signed him to a deal. But, you see multiple reports. They've hit a roadblock. There's a few things going on here. The Cavs, they formally agreed to sign the deal. I'm seeing this from Fear the Sword. This is mentioned from different they have a quote in here from Mark Stein about the Cavs and other teams have been pursuing Hezonja this offseason in hopes of capitalizing on a July 20th NBA out in his Real Madrid pact. The Spanish Giants have reportedly pushed back on releasing the Croatian forward since he did not have his NBA team lined up until July 26th. That's per Mark Stein. And then, of course, this is included in the Fear the Sword article. Now it's to the point where, okay, you brought Hezonja in. Okay, maybe he could be a depth piece. He shot better, catch and shoot 3-point kind of guy. Maybe play some defense. Add that depth that maybe we're missing with Dean Wade to see what he can do there. But now, there's some interesting stuff here from Mark Stein as well in this Fear the Sword article. Cleveland has yet to formally sign Mario Hezonja, but is working through the needed steps. One source close to the process tells, at the Stein line, Mark Stein, to make the deal official. Hezonja and the Cavaliers agreed to a one-year minimum deal Sunday after LeBron James chose Philadelphia. Basically, Real Madrid's trying to say that Hezonja didn't notify them in time for his buyout window. So it's going to turn into a tricky thing where does he have to go back now overseas to Real Madrid? Did he not get out of his contract in time? And then the other things I'm hearing are, he may not even want to play here in Cleveland. That he did it so he can bounce somewhere else, whether it's another league overseas or it's a different NBA team. It's so much to unpack for a guy that, truthfully, I don't think will impact too much when it comes to wins and losses in Cleveland. So how are you getting better, Cleveland? Cavs, Kobe Altman. How are you getting better? I've been sitting here trying to figure out who's out there. I mean, and there's not much. There's not much out there in terms of free agency. There's really not. Jonathan Kuminga's still out there. The talks are the Cavs are still the front runner to go get him. Last I had read that, hey, the Cavs are going to look to add a young piece, 23 years old, that can, again, be in that Evan Mobley timeline. He had a great second, I won't say necessarily great, but a very strong second half for the Atlanta Hawks when he got moved from Golden State. Now he's obviously going to be on the move again. Is it going to be Cleveland? Can he continue building momentum and be a strong piece there? We'll see. But if you're putting all your eggs in the Jonathan Kuminga basket, I don't know how to feel as a Cavs fan. Not necessarily will they make the playoffs. I know others on this network may disagree. I think they're almost a lock to make the playoffs. At least they may not be top 3, but they'll be 4 to 5. They'll be out of the play-in. They will be a team that will find a way to get to the playoffs, to be in the playoffs, not in the play-in, and have a 7-game series to start round 1. But how do you get to the finals? Now that's the question. We've got the Eastern Conference Finals. How do you get over that hump? How do you get back there and over that hump to the finals? Mario Hezonja, come on, man. Come on. I'm sure he's a nice guy. But if it didn't work the first time, top 10 draft pick, I believe 5th overall by the Orlando Magic, back basically 10 years ago. If it didn't work then, is it going to work now? We've done a lot of reclamation projects in Cleveland across all 3 sports. Here at major sports, basketball, football, baseball. It sure doesn't work. 9 times out of 10 here in Cleveland. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a pessimist when it comes to that. And maybe I should lighten up, brighten up a little bit. But I don't feel great. I don't feel great about Mario Hezonja being the only piece the Cavs have added. So if you put it on the whiteboard, if we're doing the Rich Paul effect here, all right, we lost Keon Ellis. I'm looking over to the whiteboard. We've lost Dean Wade. And we've gained Mario Hezonja. How do you feel about that? Even if they do add Jonathan Kuminga back to the whiteboard, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? There's not much out there. Again, all the stars are basically placed. Even the ones that were surprising are placed now on different teams. So I don't know what you're going to do. Maybe Jonathan Kuminga is the only option. The other thing you have to take into account is James Harden still hasn't signed his deal. And everybody's like, don't worry, Eli, don't worry. He's going to sign the deal. He wants to play in Cleveland. James Harden wants to play in Cleveland if it means winning a championship. He's 37, about to be 37. He is a guy that is trying to win a championship. He's been to 1 finals in his career, 2012, back with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was a 6th man. as a great six-man, obviously at that time, with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka. A lot of fun names. Double Cephalosha, there's a name for you. But James Harden, he'll be 37 in about less than a month. August 26th, he'll be 37. He still hasn't signed this deal. No Giannis, no Jaylen Brown, no LeBron, nothing. Mario Hezonja. Do you think, if you're James Harden, let's put ourselves in the minds of James Harden here, or the mind of James Harden. A guy that has already switched multiple teams, even when it seems like, just wait it out, see what happens. Like, there's been situations, just try to figure it out. He's been here half a season. He does not care. Let me be clear. He does not care what the Cavaliers have given up. He doesn't care that you give up Darius Garland, that we've given up Darius Garland, one of the core four members, and I know I was obviously mentioning that we should move off him last year, the year before even, but the injuries and all that, but you still gave up a young piece to go get James Harden. He doesn't care that you did that. He doesn't. If the money and the situation doesn't make sense, he's out of here. I said 85 to 15% that he's a Cavalier last week. This week I will decrease my odds. I feel it is now 80% he is a Cavalier, 20% he will not be. Not a crazy drop or, however you look at it, but it is a drop. It's a change. I'm not feeling as great as I did when he originally said he's just going to take a team-friendly deal and let the Cavs bring in stars. There's no real stars to really sign anymore, bring in, trade for, make the money work. Why hasn't he signed? What exactly could they be talking about? This should be okay, we did get LeBron. All right, Harden, here's your deal. Boom. We haven't done that. The Cavs haven't done that. So you start wondering, okay, so what happens if they do lose James Harden? Has anybody thought of that? What happens if the Cavaliers lose James Harden? I know. Goodbye. Good riddance. Good riddance. But, folks, I think we failed to miss the point that then the Cavaliers are down to a core three, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, and a bunch of question marks. James Harden won't be in the starting lineup, so you have to elevate somebody. Jalen Tyson probably would be that guy, Jalen Tyson, and then, you look to put maybe Dennis Schroeder in that point guard position. Those fill the starting five, but then you're taking away from your depth because you let Dean Wade and Keon Ellis walk. Do you see what I'm talking about? The Cavs have waited so long to try to find the right move that they wrong moved their way out of everything. Everything. Mario Hezonja. That's what we have to show for it right now. And I see the murals going around in Cleveland of the new king in town. Let's slow our roll. Let's see if he's here, first off, by the start of the season. Let's see then if he's here by the end of the season. All right, we're going to have to do a new mural here, wherever that's at. I can't think of the exact location. I know it's in Cleveland. Let's slow our roll on Mario Hezonja. Let's slow our roll on what this Cavs team will look like in terms of championship. Because I mentioned they will be a playoff team. I still think, regardless of what happens the rest of the offseason and everything else, they will be a 4 or 5 seed at worst. They will be positioned to play a 7-game first-round series. They're not going to have to sweat it out in a play-in game or 2 play-in games. But are they championship material? Are they championship material? How do they stack up against the teams we mentioned? Toronto, Boston, Philadelphia, Detroit, even Indiana, getting Tyrese Halliburton back, Ivica Zubac's there, Pascal Siakam. They're going to be a problem. Washington. We have to talk about Washington. I know it sounds crazy to talk about the Wizards in 2026, but Anthony Davis, they didn't move him. He's going to play there. Trae Young, he's locked in there. He just signed a new deal, a max contract, I believe, with the Washington Wizards. AJ DeBanza, the number 1 overall draft pick. Washington's going to be a little bit of a menace, and then we'll see how teams like Orlando regroup and things like that. Okay, the Eastern Conference is going to be tough. The Cavs should be able to find their way to a top 5 seed. But can they beat those teams I've mentioned? Really the first 3. Philadelphia, Toronto, and Detroit. I think Boston, the Cavs may match up decently well this year against them because losing Jaylen Brown is going to make an impact. And Paul George, not only does he disappear in moments, he may not even be available to play. So there's that as well. But how do these Cavaliers stack up against those teams? And right now, if you were to ask me, Eli, how do they win a 7-game series in the Eastern Conference Finals against any of those teams you just mentioned? My answer is no. A definitive no. This is over in 5 games, maybe 6 if we can get another win out of the series type of no. And the Cavs played themselves. They played themselves. I know the discussion in AA will probably get into more later on tonight. We discussed, throughout the last few days about, the meeting the Cavs had and the only team, they were the only team to meet with LeBron. I believe Shams Charania of ESPN mentioned that, reported that. And they said, okay, we're good. We're not going to do this. But if you knew that when you met, 2 weeks ago, why weren't your asses on fire to go improve this roster? You didn't. You sat here and did nothing. Nada. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Close your eyes, Cleveland. That's what the Cavaliers have done. All due respect to Mr. Hezonja. Do they bring in Jonathan Kuminga? Sure. What does that look like for the Cavaliers? I don't know. Not at this point. If that's the only other move they make, we got some answers to start talking about, or some questions to start answering, rather, about these Cavaliers come October, come November, December. They played themselves right now, folks, and it's sad. I love the Cavaliers. I'm a Cleveland guy, obviously. We're Cleveland's digital leader, but I get frustrated when teams rest on their laurels, want to run it back. It's the same reason I get frustrated with the Cleveland Guardians, because they are so talented. They're one of the better teams in the AL most years. But they never want to absolutely go for it all. Since 2016, when they went out and got Andrew Miller. They were trying to get Jonathan Lucroy, and he played funny business, so whatever. He'd say where he was, and whatever. But they went out and made moves. They haven't done that since in 10 years. And the Cavs pulled the Cleveland Guardians this offseason. And they played themselves. So you can have fun. You can get into the playoffs and see how it happens and just roll the dice and hope it works. That usually doesn't work out for teams. It doesn't. Truthfully honest with you, it doesn't work out. At least not most times. And in Cleveland, where everything, is earned, not given, we've heard somebody say that before. They're going to have to get their sweat on. Yeah, they're going to have to get their sweat on, and they're going to have to work extremely hard to come up with ways to eliminate their deficiencies. It's now depth. It's now still not having a true wing that can play both sides, offense and defense. It can impact the floor both ways. A lot of questions. I don't have the answers right now, guys. I don't have the answer. I'm going to figure them out. We'll figure them out together. But the Cavs have to answer them first. About whatever they decide to do the rest of this offseason. Oh, my goodness, I'm so frustrated. Oh, I'm so frustrated. I don't ever get frustrated like this. But goodness, I'm so mad because I saw it coming, and Chad said he saw it coming. They're going to run it back. I said, no, dude. No, they're not, bro. We spent many phone calls. I talk to Chad every day. They're going to run it back. And please. He's like, I don't want them to, but they're going to run it back. Don't run it back, please. And here we are. And you're not running it back. For everything I've mentioned. Losing the depth. Having guys questioning if they're going to be here long term because of being in trade discussions and rumors and all that. I don't know. Wish I had a better answer for you. But damn, Chad. I know you're on vacation, but if you're listening, my bro, you were right. I know neither one of us are happy about that, but you were right. Where do the Cavs go from here? We'll figure it out together. We're going to take a quick pause here on Inside Edge Primetime. When we come back, I did turn 29 today. I have a few more hours. Oh, my goodness. I have an hour and 14 minutes left of my birthday. And I want to reflect with all of you into the last hour here. At the top of the hour, 11 o'clock, Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm and AA Anthony Alford joining her tonight. A lot of great stuff. Love Island news and a whole lot more. A lot of stuff going on there. I want to talk about what I've kind of, we do what we've learned this weekend on Main Event. I'm going to talk about what I've learned on my 29th birthday today. Been thinking, I had Moon Bash this past weekend. An absolute blessed time. I'm grateful for everybody, the artists, the people that came out and supported, Brothers Lounge for always being so great to us and always opening their doors. Great weekend. And then, of course, today I got to reflect some more, being around family. I'm going to talk about what I've learned a little bit. Being 29, and hey, I'm new to the 29-year-old world, so give me a little grace, okay? We're coming back here on Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad B on vacation, back Monday. I'm Eli Moon, and we are back right after this.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's Fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Well, Side Hustle Podcast is ready to go. And Kyle, we talked SummerSlam.
We did, and we're going to have the results this coming Friday morning. A nice little 4 to 5 days to really, marinate with what the fuck happened over the weekend when it came to SummerSlam. I mean, did Seth and Roman hold weight? Was it a true grand finale to that feud that's, over a decade plus in the making? Is CM Punk still champion? Did Nick Aldis, show up and show out and his one chance turned into a golden opportunity? There's going to be so many questions that need to be answered. Plus, Evander had some interesting things that we were going to talk about, too, when it comes to just overall, lists and things. We haven't done lists in a long time on this program. I think it's been months and months and months. So we'll throw one of those at your guys' way, too, this coming up.
Yeah, we cannot wait. The Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast, only here on the Inside Edge Network.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad B on vacation till Monday. Just one more day, folks. Don't worry. One more show day, and he's back. I'm Eli Moon. We're back in the saddle on the saddle adjacent here on Inside Edge Primetime. And so happy you're here with us for the final few minutes of the show. Of course, stream is not over until 1 a.m. Got the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm and Double A Anthony Alford at 11 p.m. and at the top of the hour. And, of course, at midnight run with Anthony Alford on Hinged. And I'm back producing. I can't wait to hear what Double A is going to get into and what mess he pulls me into. I can't wait. I love the bro. Cannot wait to be back with everybody. And I'm happy I'm back with all of you. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Smash that notification bell so you know when we're going live. 4 daily shows. A lot of great weekly programming here for you. And, of course, you can read about all those great personalities, all of these fantastic people I work with at InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Go to our partners page. Cannot do without them. And the merchandise store. Go grab something nice. That's you. I'm pointing at you. Go grab something. A shirt, a hat, a mug, a polo, a windbreaker. All the great stuff. Rep Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And download the Inside Edge Network app on Roku. That's right, we're on Roku. Take us on the go, wherever you want, with the Inside Edge Network app on, you heard it, Roku. All right. Whoo, man. I'll tell you, I woke up this morning. I had to put some grease on the knees. They were creaking, and my shoulders were hurting, and I turned 29 today. All jokes aside, I turned 29. I feel great. I feel blessed to live another year here, start my 29th year here with all of you, with all of my bros, my family, the community. And man, it's, I'll be honest with you. And I'm so honest. We're big on mental health here. There was a time I didn't really picture 29. And I know that's a young age. I'm sure there's somebody out there listening like, dude, I'm 52. Shut up. But I had a tough time in my early 20s loving myself. And I feel like I do love myself now. There's days where I struggle. I have those moments where I'm like, God, Eli, can you just get it together? But I think through all the highs and the lows, I've found a way to love myself. And I didn't at my early 20s. Here at 29, I may be a little goofy at times and may talk fast and may drink way too much Dr. Pepper, but I think I have found a way to love myself at 29. Now, granted, we're just getting settled in. Like, I'm in the batter's box, and this is the start of the year, and I think it's gonna be a blessed year. I got a lot of time to reflect at Moonbash, after Moonbash. I didn't reflect during because I was running all over the place, making sure everything went well, and it did. And again, thank you to Brothers Lounge, all the artists, all the fans, the supporters, everybody that stepped out. Stepped out to Brothers Lounge and rocked out from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. all day Saturday, then Sunday with the DJs, DJ night, Moonbash Day 2, an entire weekend. An entire week. I just blessed beyond belief. Beyond belief. But we already have it locked in. We're going to do a third annual Moonbash next year. And that's what I'm about, community. That's what I think I've learned. I talked about before the break. I'm gonna do a what have I learned instead of this weekend, like maybe we do on main event. I'm gonna do what have I learned now that I'm 29. A few things here. One, I've learned that it's so important to get on the phone or go visit somebody that you love. I was talking earlier about my brother. My brother's in Columbus, and I was technically supposed to be working yesterday. Working yesterday and off Tuesday. I called Double A and said, dude, I don't get a chance to go see my little brother very often, and I have to. Can we make this work? And he made a call and he called himself and he said, yeah, I talked to myself. We're good. You can have the day off. So I went down to Columbus and I spent time with my little brother. And you know what? I gave him a hug about 2.5, 3 hours ago, and it feels like it was months ago at this point already. Make sure you hug, you love the people that you love. Tell them you love them. Tell them. I spent a few days ago, I talked about, it was the 7-year anniversary of my Aunt Monica passing away, my mom's twin sister. And that shit still hits me to the core. Part of my language, but that still hits me to the core. That I don't get to get on the phone with her at 3:30 in the morning and talk about nonsense. Hey, nowadays, it's been 7 years. Nowadays, I get on the phone and say, did you want to hear about the show? I know you weren't able to make it possibly tonight. She'd be there. Let's be very clear. But if she wasn't, hey, let me tell you about the show. Or Do you want to hear what Double A talked about on Midnight Run? And she'd meet everybody. She'd meet LaHale, my music collective, the Inside Edge Network. She'd meet the community because I'd introduce her. That's what I'm about. Bringing community. Love your loved ones. Love the people that need love. And it's okay to see somebody for 2 times and be like, that's a cool guy or girl. And I'm just going to let them know they're appreciated. They're appreciated. And that's something I've learned, from Papa Moon and other people. We were out at a local restaurant the other day, and Papa Moon walked up to the lady who, she grabs, I think the hostess is the correct word, but she brings it to the table. She says, here's everything. He walks out while we're walking out. He goes, hey, just in case no one told you today, you're appreciated, and you're doing a great job. And that lady had the biggest smile on her face. The biggest smile. It doesn't hurt to tell somebody they're doing a good job. It doesn't. And I've learned that. I think we get caught up, and I get caught up in it because, obviously, and I know somebody's going to be like, oh, you just toted the title. And I don't ever. But being the assistant program director of the Inside Edge Network, being involved with, booking for LaHale, my music collective that I'm a part of, and the community here in Cleveland and out of state, we get so caught up in me personally. I'll talk about myself here for a moment. It's very Leo-like of me, forgive me. But I get so caught up in, well, this got to get done, and this got to get done, and that, and that, and that. Even during the breaks, I'm still finding ways. I'm still learning. I haven't figured it all out. I'm going through and figuring out what works, what I got to do. But you know what I do? I breathe. I breathe because you have to take these small victories and smell the flowers. Smell your roses. Don't wait till you're in your 60s or 70s to go, man, wasn't that a cool time? Embrace it now. Don't live in that moment, but embrace it. Celebrate the small victories. Celebrate those times where you said, I had a kick-ass job. I did a kick-ass job. We did it. Celebrate the small victories. I went, like I said earlier, in Columbus. I was at Wario's, a great cheesesteak place. I'm celebrating that victory all night because I still have cheesesteak with me. That's a small victory. So that's what I'm talking about. Celebrate those small victories. Smell the roses. You don't have to wait till it's all said and done to smell your flowers and take a little credit in something you've done and be proud of it. Love people. Be proud of your work. And get involved in community and just be around people because we are so much stronger. I've learned at 29 years old, we are so much stronger when we are collaborating, sharing ideas, getting after it as a community. That's what I've learned. You know what I've also learned is it's okay to not be all right, to not be okay. DJ RC3, he says that all the time. It's okay to not be okay. Just know I'm here for you. Mental health is so important here on the Inside Edge Network, and we're going to get through it together. Get the help you need. Talk to somebody. But, I made it to 29. I know I'm running a minute over. My apologies, Autumn and Double A, but I made it to 29. 21-year-old Eli didn't think he'd make it to 29, and that's real shit. But I'm here. You're here. You're listening. You're rocking out with us. You are just as much a part of the program as everybody that gets on this camera. So thank you, and we can't wait to keep talking to you for the next 100 years. When we pass this down to my niece and nephew and Double A, whatever, we're just going to pass it down. We're going to do the damn thing, and that's all I got. This has been Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. My birthday's got about 59 minutes, so I'm going to go, I don't pop bottles anymore because I don't drink, so I think I'm going to go have some Dr. Pepper. I'm going to hand it off here. Of course, I'm going to switch to studios and get out here for a moment, go take a deep breath. But thank you all for tuning in. This has been Inside Edge Primetime. I got one more show with you, then Chad B's back, and he'll probably throw me around the studio. But Daily Spiral coming up here after the station identification. Yes, Double A, I see your face. Chad gets a little rowdy sometimes. Station identification, Daily Spiral coming up right after this.
guys. Oh, that actually came out really cute. I'm sorry. I was fixing my hair in the break. And I was like trying to figure out if that was, oh, that's really cute. Not even gonna lie. All right, I did a good job. Hi, Double A.
Hi, Autumn. I wish we could show our prep like the final minute or two before we come on the air.
My face in your face as Eli is waxing poetic. I'm like, this is the second time this week that I popped on, and he's like in a midlife crisis. I'm like, is everything okay?
No, it's good. It's all good. My machine over here was breaking down, so I was a little worried. I was a little worried about how the beginning of the show was gonna go. I was ready to tell it. I'm like, I'm a little worried. It's okay though. It's okay. Great day. It felt like I'm gonna be honest, Autumn. I ate terribly today. Like terribly. I got some chocolate chip cookies from the store down the street.
Oh my god! You know who's the best?
I ate it all.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna put you on to Meyer. Meyer's chocolate chip cookies are the best chocolate chip cookies you will ever have from a store.
Yeah, it's a little out of my way, but yeah, I'll now. Do you like just regular chocolate chip or chewy or?
Give me straight up chocolate chip.
Okay, I see. My problem is I do chewy chocolate chip, and it's just I usually get it like once a month, and like today was my cheat day, so I'm gonna destroy my body at the gym tomorrow and Saturday. So today was my off day from the gym, so I'm gonna pay the price tomorrow and Saturday.
I'm so sorry. I had to burp. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
We gotta check like work conditions on this network. I got Eli saying that Chad throws him around. I got you burping on the air. I mean, we got to figure out work relations here. Well,
one side is coming out this end and not the other, okay? Because good. Have you thought about the hot ones that we talked about last night? Again, y'all, I told a story of how if I have anything hot, I will throw up. Like, I literally threw up at my brother's lawn because I had a pinch of hot sauce.
Okay, no. You had like the highest of high. Like, what is your baseline, Autumn? What is your baseline of spiciness?
My baseline is mild. That's my baseline.
That's fine.
Mild. And even then, it's still too hot for me. I don't like hot food because why am I in pain when I'm eating? I want to enjoy my food.
That's what ranch is for. Ranch or blue cheese.
I don't like ranch.
Then use the blue cheese.
I don't like blue cheese either.
Okay, I can't defend blue cheese, but at least ranch. I mean, ranch or something. I don't know. Do dry rub. I don't know. I mean,
look. When I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, when I go to any barbecue place, or any place with wings, it has to be straight up barbecue sauce. It has to be honey barbecue. Buffalo Wild Wings is sweet barbecue. It has to be a honey barbecue sauce because I like a little sweetness to my barbecue sauce.
That fair enough. I thought you were rolling in like, hey, I want some big ass chicken. I don't know. You just go roll in and that was it.
No.
Sweet barbecue. I'll tell you, sweet honey barbecue. Any honey barbecue or sweet there's a was you at our very first network meeting way back in September of last year, Scorchers? I don't think you were.
No, because you randomly just texted me. Y'all, do y'all want to understand how I got on this network? Double A randomly texted me out of the blue. I haven't heard from Double A at this point in like years, okay? We've talked here and there, but I have not heard from him in years. He just randomly texted me. He's like, hey, starting a network. I know you probably haven't done this in a while. Would you like to send me a concept of a show? I'm like, huh? I'm like, okay.
No, because so I had a vision.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted on this network an all female sports talk / pop culture show.
Mm-hmm.
which for 10 or 11 months we accomplished that with Jersey Chasers, and you and Christy did a great job. Now Christy had to pick up a new job full time. She's doing really well. Christy will be with us on the Love Island reunion watch along, which is still a month from now, but it'll be here.
It's crazy that it's a month away. And okay, do you want to get into our first topic from that?
Sure. I have reaction. I didn't get an opportunity to like really sit down. I've seen highlights of Trinity and Bryce with Andy Cohen.
Honestly, watch what happens live. Anything that they post on YouTube is essentially the show. If the clips, it's a 30-minute show. So what they post on YouTube is what happened. So, like I told y'all before, the real Love Island season has begun. The real Love Island season is the post-Island discourse. And last night, Trinity and Bryce, Carl and Anaya, both were on Watch What Happens Live. So let's talk about it. Number one, Andy is messy. Okay? He is messy.
The very last clip I saw before I hopped on, they were talking about which Islander do you think have the biggest thing downstairs, and like they were interested in perhaps measuring, and I think Caleb won the vote. That was like the very last clip I saw before I hopped on this here show, which gave me an indication of how tonight was going to go.
That we'll get into something. I'm not going to do something else later on because I have a confession to make. I have to tell you something that no one else knows. Okay.
That might be the best tease in the history of this network. That might be. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. That might be the best tease ever. Oh man, I can't wait. You can save that for 11:59. I don't care.
Guys, I might just get up and walk away because okay, so let's get into the highlights. So number one, they all did a shot from the shot ski. That's something that Andy does with everybody. Trinity and Anaya looked at each other like, girl, this is rubbing alcohol. The questions were interesting. I will say this. A lot of the questions were definitely focused on Anaya. For some reason, every single season, the girl who comes in second place, or the couple who is or the girl who's the most polarizing, gets all these crazy questions. So Anaya did mention she wanted to talk to TT. She was like, I saw her after Sun, and she was like, I was really confused on why she said she wouldn't be friends with us, which we all said the same thing. Then I think the most interesting part of the show was what Trinity talked about on the after show. So Watch What Happens Live has a main show, and then they have like a 5-minute after show, which they post on YouTube, right? And somebody in Andy's staff asked Trinity, like, who from the cast do you think has like the most to answer for at the reunion? Mm-hmm. And Trinity said, I don't have a problem with anybody. She's like, the only person I think who has the most to answer for is Soul, because she was like, I don't understand why she talked about my couple. She was like, I was cool with her. I was fine with her in the villa. So she's pretty much the only one. And then, so that was like the main drama. Carl said something about Casey and how he understood a little bit of what he was saying because locker room talk, but Carl did not condone what he said. He just said He understood. That's all he said, was he understood. I don't understand this mentality of people being like, well, he's condoning what he said. Carl does not like Casey. When he was asked if it was between Casey and Kenzie, or Casey and TT and Dylan and Kenzie, who do you think should have made the final? And he made it very clear it was Dylan and Kenzie that he thought he should have made it.
Now, real quick, let me jump in. Do you think he said that because he really doesn't like KC, or because it could be both, or he thought if KC and TT would have made the Final Four, they was a legitimate threat to win the game.
I think he just doesn't like KC. He also essentially explained last night. He was like, yeah, every single time the producers came to him because they watched the show on that lovely Fire Stick in the hotel room, and then the producers would come to them and be like, hey, so if we put you in the villa, who are you interested in? He said the whole time it was Anaya. So if he saw everything that we saw, why would he like Casey?
That's a fair question. That's a legitimate question. And I'm very curious to see when it's reunion time, how that plays out. And there's another thing involving KC, and I'll wait for you to get to it. I think Bryce had a question. Bryce reached out to KC.
Yeah, because everybody. Well, okay. So then somebody asked Trinity about Zach, and Trinity essentially was like, "Look, it was early days. They still were all getting to know each other. It wasn't that early. It was like week 3 when Zach did what he did." And I think with Trinity, she's just sort of like, it's sort of like, he was my best friend. She like it. I love it. Who cares? Mm-hmm. That's the vibe I got from it. But then they switched over to KC because Andy asked them, and Bryce was like, yeah, I saw a lot of the stuff online, and I know he probably was going through it. He was like, I texted him, I reached out to him, but he never answered me back. So that does not play into Casey's narrative that nobody liked them in the villa.
But that's in the villa. Once you're out, there's a whole different ballgame.
Making it seem like nobody liked them, and Bryce fully was like, I texted him to make sure he was okay, and then Andy was like, has he responded? He was like, no, he hasn't responded yet.
I get it.
Clear this was pre podcast, him and TT podcast.
I got you. I'm curious. I think you have a legitimate point. I am curious that KC, and we'll find out at the reunion, that he basically look at the rest of the cast and say they're on the no contact list, except like TT and other like close friends, maybe Sincere, maybe I can't.
Sincere is the most diabolical person that was.
I know, but I'm just saying from a brotherhood standpoint.
Was on that show, and Sincere cried when he left.
I know, I exactly. So like, I wonder, other than Sincere and Corbin and TT.
Even Corbin shaded him a little bit.
Right. Like, does Casey have everybody else on the cast pretty much no contact? We'll do media stuff. I'll show up for the reunion. But otherwise, I don't F with you guys. I wonder if he feels that way outside of the villa.
Probably, because then it's look, okay. Let's get into the other Love Island news that happened today. It was announced today that Taylor and Clark broke up, which means every single couple that left that season 7 villa has now broken up. But I when I look at KC, I kind of see shades of Ace, of like Ace did the same exact thing of like, nobody liked me and Shelly. And then it came out and it was like, no, everybody loved you and Shelly. They supported you and Shelly. Like, nobody liked your behavior, but like everybody loved you. Like people loved Ace and Shelly. It was a novel concept to me. But I have mentality too.
I guess we have two completely different readings on on Ace. Because I thought Ace ran the show.
He tried to.
And at least with the men. Like, everyone followed his lead, with the men. That's what I thought.
Oh, no. When it came to Ace, you're not wrong. Casey thought he was going to be Cordell and Ace mixed together. He really did. He thought he was going to run the show and that people wasn't going to talk to nobody. That's what Casey thought. But when I say I compare him to Ace, as in like Ace came out with the same mentality that Casey has of like, nobody likes us, you're hating on us, you're hating on our couple. And they also did the same thing that Casey and TT did, which they took a long hiatus and they didn't capitalize off of any brand deals, or any like partnerships. And then they got mad when nobody wanted to do brand deals and partnerships. So which is why they started that couple's YouTube channel. The best time to do interviews if you're not outside of the top 4 is right when you get out of the villa. We've seen it with Soul. We've seen it with Kenzie. We've seen it with all of them. Hell, Dylan was on Harry Jowsey's podcast the other day. Right when you get out the villa is right when you should be talking. And he was outside of the top 4. So nobody, like, there's certain people that care, but not a lot of people care. If he was smart enough, he would have capitalized on it.
Real quick on public service announcement on behalf of the Inside Edge Network, Casey and TT. If you ever find your way or your people,
try it.
Watch our network. If you're ever open to coming here on the Inside Edge Network to do a show,
and you want to know what I'll do, Double A, every single time.
No. This is my sales pitch. Come on.
Every time he would come on, you know what I would play? You know what I would play every
No,
single time?
don't do it. Don't do it.
Time I saw this man.
That shit empty.
That's what I would play every single time.
The name of the show would be That Shit Empty.
Or Empty Door. Empty Door.
Empty spaces.
Empty spaces. When we come back,
no plants.
Double A, I have a confession. I have a confession to make. And when we come back, I will talk about it. I will tell you I have some new developments. Because I asked in the chat, did they listen to the show yesterday? 2 people said, one person said they did. 2 people didn't because they would know part of this information.
Yeah, they would know to be very worried about this next segment.
When we come back, we will get into my confession. All right?
These are my confessions.
We'll be back here.
Today. Shout out to Usher. Shout out to you. Don't be jumping at my girlfriend during your concerts. Don't strip naked in front of my girlfriend.
No.
When I have one. I don't have one, but don't do it.
We'll be back here on Inside Edge
No Usher Chris Brown concert in my premise. Absolutely not.
Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Keon Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Keon Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keonsports.com or on YouTube at Keon Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Hey guys, awesome programs today here on Unfiltered. Got into a lot, including that Canton house explosion. The video is kind of insane. You have to watch it. Watch back Unfiltered today. It was just insane. And talked to Jake Underwood too about kind of the questions really about why we're at where we're at right now when it comes to multiple house explosions in the past few months, all these different pipeline bursts, all that. We get into that and so much more tomorrow. It is time, the unveiling of our memes of the week. You guys submitted your entries. We have the finalists and so much more local news, sports, everything going on here in Northeast Ohio, rather, on Unfiltered, all along the Inside Edge Network. I will see you at 5 o'clock on your Friday.
Everybody's on this network's promos are so awkward, and it makes me laugh so hard. Eli, I told you during the break, I need you on screen for this one.
Hold up. Before Eli can come on the screen for this, you need to do your promos so we can laugh at your promos.
I did not one, and I was like, "This is the most awkward thing I've ever done."
Well, sorry, Autumn. It's now that I'm back. I took the day off yesterday. Now both of us are here to let you know that you're not exempt. We need you to do your promo.
I will be doing promos.
And you're supposed to do promos every day.
I know I suppose. Hey, I'm sorry that I have a 9-to-5 job, you guys. And when I get home, it's like,
hey, Inside Edge Network's 24/7, Autumn. I don't know what I look. At the end of the day, you know what? This is like when I do the dishes every now and then for Papa Moon, and I'm like, well, I did it that one time. That's like you with the promos.
No,
good to see you, friend. I missed you.
Yeah, good to see you. Eli,
hey,
put me in the middle. Put me in the middle. I need to talk to you.
Man, get on screen, Eli. Put me in the middle. All right, I got you. All right. What's up next?
So, okay. Did you listen to yesterday's show?
No, I was in Columbus in a food coma.
Double A, you want to tell him or should I tell him?
It's your story to tell.
Eli,
yeah.
Yesterday,
yeah,
I found out that it is very easy to find my information online.
You don't say.
Extremely easy. So easy that a fan of the show was able to find my information after just looking at my name.
Nice.
And texted me.
Well, so I would think so. Okay, hold on. Let's walk through this together. That's a lot.
Good luck, buddy. Let's go. Good luck.
On your Facebook, do you have your phone number on there?
No, I took my phone number off of Facebook. So this is what I learned yesterday. I learned that if you just put your first and your last name into Google, Google will have the white pages and it will have several other search engines.
The white pages still exist?
The white pages still
exist.
Yes,
it does.
And if you click on the white pages, your phone number is on there too.
Yep. And the yellow pages.
And the yellow pages.
Not the yellow pages too.
Yep.
Okay.
You used to get those sent to your home.
Sure did.
I used to study like the maps, like the Northeast Ohio maps, because it would be on the back of the white pages.
I used to call the movie theater that way. I would have to go to or Pizza Hut if I wanted to order pizza. I had to find the number. I had to go all the way to the P to find people.
That's actually a pretty smart way to learn how to use the books. That's actually really smart.
Mm-hmm. But I learned yesterday that it is very easy for people to look me up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Right.
I'm following.
Okay. Right. It's not a creepy situation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We'll be the judge of that. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. That was you were being serious on that. That wasn't like the light of the mood.
I'm being dead serious. It's
okay.
been good so far. It's been like not bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been a creepy situation
so far. Okay.
Today, you guys, I have a confession to make though to both of you.
All right.
So you know how I didn't broadcast for a few years, Double A?
Correct. Yes.
At one point in my life, I didn't have a job, okay? And I really needed money.
Stop.
So I did something.
Okay. All right. That's
all right. We'll be right back on the daily
right
spiral.
there.
I'm going to drop
that
right
is,
down back to the producer role.
Good enough right there. Hey, folks, pretty soon we will be watching Inside Edge After Dark.
No.
And it'll be a premium service.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me concerned on them.
I didn't do what you guys think I did, okay?
I don't even know what you think. I think that
what
you did.
What do you think?
It could be a plethora.
What do you think, Double A?
You made toys for a living.
No. Oh my God. Okay, since you just, I think you sold feet pics.
You're close. You're close, Eli. You're real close.
Sold other. Autumn, I don't feel right even guessing anymore. You're my friend. I'm cool. Just
nose. It was nose picks. Nose.
Nobody wants a nose pick. Double A. Nobody wants to see those boogies.
I'm trying to work our way out of this. Okay.
Yeah. Were you on OnlyFans? Was it OnlyFans?
Yes, you are correct.
Well, now your OnlyFans are everybody that views it on the Inside Edge Network. So you've pivoted in the world.
So, today I was.
We need more women on this network.
But God dang. Okay, go ahead, Autumn. I'm sorry.
Okay,
go ahead.
First of all, I want you guys to understand this. There's no explicit content on this page. Okay, it is also $10 to subscribe. It is still up. Okay?
What are you doing? Reading books? Were you just doing audio?
Honestly, if the answer is yes, that might be for the best.
No, it was not reading books. It was essentially I was taking content. Okay, so I did my research on this. Okay.
Okay.
You actually don't have to post explicit content over there. You can post
that is true
the content you want that can push the line of explicit, but it's not as explicit. So that's what I was posting. And I'm not even gonna lie, you guys, I made great money. I made fantastic money, right?
Okay.
So I was explaining this to someone today.
And
I got back into my account. Come to find out, I actually had a regular fan who was continuously subscribing, and I hadn't used this site.
Wait, you had some bread in there? Like you had some money in there?
Yes, I had money.
Hold on, let me check the time. 11:30. Autumn, it's 30 minutes left of my birthday. If you want to split the wealth.
Yeah, you want that $20 that's in there?
I'll take 10. I'll put in FanDuel, put my 10-cent bets in.
That's in there from the one fan that subscribed. Yes, that is my
this is the one fan. Wait, hold on.
No.
Let's reverse here. Hold on.
Let me reverse. This fan that
wanted. A lot of U-turns
show,
here in the story.
Yeah, hold on.
No. This fan.
I feel like I'm on the road in Texas right now.
Had no clue about this.
Okay?
This was somebody completely different because when I went back into it, I was like, who is this? It gives you a notification that says, insert person resubscribed. And I'm like, huh? And I saw that it was for January of this year. I haven't posted since February of 2023. So this person kept resubscribing monthly.
You know what? This person could be a man, could be a woman, might have had you on auto pay.
I think so.
That's crazy. Hey, but that's a real fan though. Paying on auto pay. I don't even keep my bills on auto pay. Fuck that.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Ever since the government screwed me on student loans, I do not do auto pay anymore. They might have you on auto pay, which if they do, and they send about a couple dollars to the network. I'm kidding. You don't need to do all that, but.
So let me hold on. I got my notebook. Hold on. Let me give me a second. So let me see if I can. That's a lot to follow. Okay, so
there's more that Otto.
I know, but don't worry, Double. I just need to. Yeah, that's why I need to write this down. Okay, white pages and yellow pages. Okay, phone number. We don't really know too much. Everything's been good so far, which to Otto means they might be crazy, but they're not crazy enough yet.
No.
Okay.
So far, not even close to crazy. Not even.
Okay, but
Not
that
even
doesn't.
close.
But I'm like trying to connect the dots here on the paper. So that doesn't go to the OnlyFans. OnlyFans right now is all we have information wise is that you have $20 in your account that you're keeping for yourself, and that there's a different fan.
25.
Right? Am I following? 25.
25.
20. You said 20.
You said 20.
25.
That's enough to split.
I'm getting to how it's 25. Okay.
Oh, you got a new fan.
Yes, I got a new fan.
I'm so good at storytelling. So that you're telling the story. I'm just following. Okay, go ahead.
I got a new fan because I was explaining to someone that at one point in my life I had this. I'm very open about my life. Okay, I'm very open and honest. And we've seen it on this show. I'm very open and honest about my life. Okay,
Couldn't tell.
Yeah. It surprised me. Shit, I had no idea.
So I was explaining to this person. This person had already had an account, and they just found me and subscribed. So they paid for the subscription and then gave me a tip, right? And then they told me that they did this.
Was the tip that like, hey, you're doing a great job on the Inside Edge Network. I've been following. I've been a big fan of the Spiral.
Oh yeah. By the way, I forgot to tell you the interesting part of how this person became a fan of us. They were scrolling on YouTube Live, like through YouTube Live, and one of our YouTube Lives came up. They clicked on it, and they just liked our shows. And they're a very faithful watcher of the entire network.
And we greatly appreciate that.
We do appreciate that. Yes, that is greatly appreciated.
A P1 viewer of our network.
As in has alerts on when we go live.
That's awesome. Okay, no, on a side note, that is actually awesome. So, like, actually, you know what? This is actually the best, like, I know this isn't dating, but this is, like, the best story you've told involving a dude.
The
on this
story's
entire
not,
show.
The story's not done.
It gets more interesting.
Okay, all right. Notebook on the ground. What else happened?
So then last night, I get a photo of myself, and I'm like, how did this person get my photo? Well, first of all, okay, let me explain also how they even got.
You didn't share that part last night.
Surprise!
Okay.
You didn't say the person shared a photo of you in your story last night. You did not say that.
No. They sent me a photo of myself because I found out also if you just look at my name, you can click on my Facebook account and it's one of the photos that pops up.
Okay.
But
this is getting
not to mention on how they got to my phone number. They sent me a DM on Twitter, but because Twitter makes you pay for everything to access it, I couldn't see it. So I was like, oh my God, like that's how you even got to the phone number. So anyway, they found my Facebook. I told them, please do not go through that Facebook account. My family has chosen every terrible picture you could think of to post to that Facebook account. Like any photo of me that just looks horrific, my mom was like, perfect, let me post it.
Well, you could just get off Facebook and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Whether by your choice,
let me tell you
by
something.
others' choices.
It's the same thing with Twitter. I was there first, okay? You were prior from my cold dead hands. I was on Facebook when I could read fan fiction, when I could play Farmville, when Candy Crush was on there. You could pry it from my cold dead hands, just like Twitter. Okay,
I got both of y'all beat. I had a MySpace, damn it.
So did I.
I had a MySpace too. Yeah, I actually got my. I got an ass whooping from Papa Moon because you can set your statuses back in MySpace. And I was like 14 years old and I set feeling drunk, and my cousin ratted on me at a holiday party, and I got my ass whooped. I mean, like
customize home pages, a top 10 friends list with Tom, and your top playlist. MySpace.
Absolutely.
We didn't know how good we had it with MySpace.
No, I learned. Look, I didn't know that I was learning how to code. That I could. That I was. That I had a look. Okay, this should be all I am. All right. My background was Chris Brown, and it was a Chris Brown song playing in the background as you clicked on my MySpace. Okay.
My anthem for a minute was Soulja Boy. I had "Kiss Me Through the Phone" by Soulja Boy was my anthem.
Hey, let's go.
Drake.
The song, I think it was for Chris Brown. I think it was off of his first album. But
Was it Kiss Kiss? Was it Kiss Kiss?
No, that's second album. Unfortunately, I do know.
Oh, okay.
that.
I'm sorry. My
No,
albums
Chris Brown
after
fan.
he did the stuff with Rihanna, I kind of just don't give a shit about him.
No,
So I gotta forget.
That's where I'm at with him. But okay, so Facebook, he finds my Facebook. You can't go into my Facebook. Thank you, because again, my mom chooses every terrible picture to post of me. Even recently, she took a picture of me and my neck was like this. I promise you. I was like, girl, please stop posting these photos. But okay, so we're talking today. We get to the topic, and then I'm like, yeah, hey, funny thing, I don't remember the email that's connected to this account because I just forgot the password and like what I made it, because I made a separate email because I was scared. All right. And I was like, so because I made a separate email and I have a bank account connected to it, I can't take the money out of that bank account. Right.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So then I look down at work and I just see a nice little Apple Pay thing that says $25. I said, huh? And he's like, yeah, you should be able to access it now. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wait, this is phone number guy.
His phone number guy. That's what his name. Okay, that's what his name is gonna be. Phone number guy.
I mean, we're all, me, Double A, and I, and there's a lot of dudes out there that have phone numbers, but this is phone number
This is
guy.
phone number guy. Okay.
There it is. There it is. Phone number guy. We'll stick with
PNG.
PNG. Okay. So then I'm explaining. I'm like, oh yeah, tomorrow I plan to get my hair done. Like this money. I'm like, thank you so much. It's gonna go to my hair. And I was like, he's like, oh yeah, like most girls, like they love to get their hair done and this and that. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm like, look, y'all, $70 is expensive for me to get my hair done, but it's cheap in today's day and age. I was like, yeah, it usually costs like $70. He was like, oh, okay. I look down again, I see $50. I said, this man just sent me $75 to get my hair done. I said, oh.
Hold on, Autumn. Look, I'm so glad I'm back. I missed both of you. I literally did, but we have to stop. Phone number guy. You know what? I've heard a lot of stories. I've heard. I mean, I can't even think of them off the top of my head. But drug dealer. I've heard of Mac Miller guy. I've heard of the married pastor. I have heard stories that I should not be hearing. Double A has heard stories he shouldn't be hearing. But you know what, phone number guy? So far, so good. And this is what we got for you.
Right? You guys.
And it's my birthday. Hold on, pause. I'm sorry, Autumn. It's my birthday, phone number guy, and I'm Autumn's friend. So if you obviously when you start talking to a girl, you want to get, close with their friends as well and be cool. So maybe send me $75 to get my hair done.
No.
Okay, back to you.
Oh my God.
Just know that
We're taking advantage of this, man.
phone number
No, not we. You got a mouse in your pocket? That's Autumn. That's Autumn. That's it.
Look, he's a regular listener. He actually texted me during the show saying,
Like I said, that's a P1 listener right there. That's as close to a sponsor.
when he sees
That's
it,
right, that's
I hope-
Autumn sponsored. Spinal's got a sponsor apparently. Shit. Damn. I mean, hey, congratulations while we're talking. I mean, you got money coming into the show.
What can I say?
And honestly, Autumn, before I know you have more, take care of this guy because he cares about the network. And we always talk about how the listeners are just as involved as we are. Take care of him.
You know what? I plan to. He said he's gonna come up here in December for Bengals versus Browns.
Come up here. Wait, hold on. Where is he from?
Cincinnati.
God, Autumn, this is phone number guy. You're doing great. And then we got, and then we got to the distance.
He's from Cincinnati. I was like, you should come up for a Browns Bengals game.
Stop,
Oh, the
Autumn.
guy, hold up.
Yeah.
So phone number guy's not even from the state. And then, okay, all right.
Autumn, my thing is here's where I'm having a problem with. God, I missed you guys so much. I just said that once, but I really did. So when I was in New York, here's pull back the curtain. Here's kind of a dating story. I was talking to a girl over the weekend, and we got after it, and not after, but
I was gonna say, Eli, what does that mean?
Yeah, it means like we were in the same bed, but we didn't boom room it. So, come on, there's people.
You can never talk about me ever again.
Hold up. What? Y'all didn't do what, Eli?
Boom, boom. Like Kofi Kingston, boom, boom, boom. We didn't do that. Like, that's what we didn't do. But because I'm a gentleman, it was the first weekend met her. But let me tell you this. This is what Autumn, this is like, now yours is a little closer in distance. But, I was talking to the girl, and, she came back, from New York and, like, chilling in Ohio. And I found out she lives in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's a beautiful place. I've actually been there.
It sure is, but it's a lot fucking far away from Cleveland. And I don't drive. So if I'm flying there and back, I'll get an Apple Pay to that point. So yeah.
Look, I even told him, I was like, I will meet you halfway. Halfway between Cincinnati and Cleveland is Columbus. I actually love Columbus. I think Columbus is a great city.
Columbus is a great city.
Right?
Great
I
city.
told him. He straight up said to me, no, I'll come up there. I said, okay. And he told me if he comes up here, all he wants me to do is just plan the weekend and he'll pay for it all.
Well, all right.
This guy's actually
think,
cool.
You know what? All you got to do is make him happy for the next 6 months. 4, 5, 6 months. And, we support.
Hopefully
Hopefully it all works out.
My concern is what happens when phone number guy tunes into Midnight Run after the Browns put belt to ass to the Bengals and Double's just tearing them up. How's that going to go?
Well, is he a Bengals fan first off?
Yes, he is.
I mean, listen, Cincy. Come on, Double A.
No, I mean, just because you live in a city, because you live in a city doesn't mean you're a fan of that team.
That's fair, but I mean, I guess if you want to root
is
for
he
other
a complete
teams.
like Cincinnati? So Bengals,
I
Red,
don't ask him if he's Bengals and Reds. I just know Bengals.
but Bengals.
Yes, specific and Bengals and LeBron.
Okay, so let's go back to Eli's question.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. I think I'm picking up who phone number guy is.
Clearly,
It's obvious.
I'm running on zero sleep
obvious.
this week. Give me a break. I'm running on zero sleep. I'm running on zero sleep.
Again, we've said it. He is one of our top viewers of the network.
Yeah.
I get it. But listen, guys, I don't assume, because Papa Moon taught me that makes, an ass out of you and me. So I just thought maybe, Autumn just has a line at this point forming. Like,
Okay. I want to explain this also before we go to break. I am not a player. I don't understand this narrative that has been thrust upon me.
Autumn.
You are not the only person to thrust this narrative upon me.
I didn't thrust a narrative. I
had
thrust
a coworker who said the same thing to me today. Is like, wow, because I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get back out there, trying to get back in the dating world, and I was kind of explaining the story. He's like, wow, it really only took you like a week. I said, whoa. I said, I'm not that much of a player.
Yeah, it was kind of quick though. I mean,
It sure was. I mean,
it's
like
100 matches.
Yeah, I mean, 100 matches. I think that takes me usually 3 years on being on a dating app to get that many in totality.
I can count right now. I actually can count right now because it's still. I'm nobody's
Eli,
girlfriend.
you want to know how long it's going to take for her to count?
While she's doing that,
you remember the Chris Jericho 1,004
1,004
holes. That's gonna be Autumn reading all the matches.
Hey, Autumn, I am not. Let me be clear. I am not thrusting any narrative. I'm happy that you have options. Look, I am happy as your friend, but to say that, look, in the last time I was on air with you, you said, "Why can't? How do I not be mean to men?" And then we've now gone over multiple dating stories. I'm not saying you're a player. You just like to play a lot. That's all. Like,
no, I will give Autumn this, though, and phone number guy. I have not heard one mean thing. in any conversation between Autumn and phone number guy.
No, I think phone number guy is cool. And now that I got a better read, I think phone number guy is cool.
I think phone number guy is fantastic.
I think
and I'm
phone
not
number
saying
guy
that
is
because of the money, because we're not getting into the money.
Yeah, no phone number guy. We don't want you to Zelle or Venmo us or Apple Pay us $75 to get our hair cut or anything like that. We just want you to stay locked in and tell your friends about the network and treat Autumn well.
Please. I mean, he's gonna watch this. Stop asking.
Yo, we gonna end up doing a Bengals pregame show.
Live from Cincinnati. Well, Autumn's not on air because she's taking care of other responsibilities, but we are.
Hold up. Do you know if is Skyline Chili in your future?
Oh no.
We got to revisit that conversation now.
We haven't gotten to that conversation at this point.
I think that's the next conversation. He watched the segment. I know he watched it.
Look, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so first of all, I counted my matches.
Okay.
Guess who number? Eli, you number who first.
Right now, like active that you've communicated.
Over 3 apps.
No, just overall.
Over 3 different apps.
Damn. I'm going to go 288.
Double A.
125.
That's
both of you are completely off. It is well over 500.
God.
That's the Chris Jericho. Arm bar. Arm rest.
Hey, my face was like this. God dang, Autumn. Proud of you. Oh, how did I say the only one I'm muted? I guess you guys got to unmute yourself.
No, but this is okay. So first of all, one of them is because I literally do not go on that app, and every time I delete it, it's accumulative over the last year or so. Okay, so the other one last year, so the other one is two. So that's why I was it was over 500. But
let me count mine. Hold on, ready? All right, yeah, 2.
But no, what I was saying.
I think I'm at 9.
All right, don't flex on me. Chill.
Well, my bad.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know.
But I need to pay extra to see it.
Before we go,
Hell no.
actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys before we go to. Well, I'm going to tell you guys after we come back from the break. The other thing that made me say, okay, you're unique. You're unique. Phone number guy. That's going to be his name.
Phone number PNG. PNG.
I can't wait for Chad to watch this.
If you're in need, call PNG. All right. That's all I got.
He go tip with interest.
You know what? When he ate Joe Double A, remember this or that from earlier in the week? He would definitely take Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
He would definitely take Joe Burrow.
That's right. Yes.
When we come back from the break, I will explain more about PNG, as Double A and Eli are calling it.
And it's not a file extension.
It sure ain't. It's an extension of friendship and maybe more.
The extension of, never mind, I can't say
Autumn said this to break.
It was too
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Boy, we had a football-heavy show last night on Midnight Run, and color me surprised, Deshaun Watson looked like pure trash. Boy, we got into that last night. And previewing tonight's show, Deshaun's probably going to look like trash again. We'll see the Browns, how they try to get out of this dumpster fire. We talked about how the number one thing, the speed of the game, has passed them by. It's up to the Browns to figure it out and pull the plug. Plus, Ryan Day talked with the media yesterday. We talked a little Buckeyes as well. And we had a special announcement from our partners at Keon Sports. We featured that last night. Coming up tonight, do we call a truce between LeBron and the Cavaliers? According to reports, LeBron talked to one team and one team only, and that was the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll break down that discussion, plus all the latest news. And would you try a free pizza that have 50 toppings on it? We'll get into that coming up tonight. We are with you at 12 o'clock, Midnight Run, right here on the Inside Edge Network.
Before we went to break, I forgot to know so I'm going to show you. You can't really see because I have a privacy screen.
Yeah.
Luckily, but
yeah, keep that screen protected, Autumn. That's right.
I'm going to show all
Autumn.
the messages that have just.
This is phone number guy?
Yes, this is phone number guy. Since yesterday.
Does he want to help with show prep? Damn, that's committed. Man, dude. We get that. I mean, damn.
Look, he did one of the most unique things that I've ever had someone do. And I straight up told him right after. I said, I could see you doing this. Okay. So this actually, okay, so first I have to give a little backstory to this. One of my friends, well, she's a friend of my brother's who became one of my friends. Mm-hmm. Her boyfriend, her current boyfriend, when they started dating, she was like, hey, when we started dating, he put a Google alert in his calendar to say when our first date was, right? And did the whole thing of like send her invitation, everything, right?
Yeah.
Phone number guy sent me an application. Said his name, his age, his occupation, if he had kids, if he had animals, how many siblings, his pros, his cons. I said, you know what? I said, you seem like the kind of guy who would make a PowerPoint to present to the class on yourself, or present to me on yourself.
You know what? That's really clever. I actually like that.
Yeah,
I really like
actually,
that.
I have like, if you're trying to extract something bad for me to say, I haven't found it. And I don't know if you caught the end of Primetime. One of my things I've learned at 29 is to tell somebody that they're loved and appreciated. So phone number guy, so far for how you've treated Autumn, you're appreciated.
You're appreciated.
You're appreciated. And you know what? And your voice matters. At least, here on the Inside Edge Network, and of course off air. And
are you guys close in age at least, or is it way off? Is
okay,
it?
The only thing is that he's a year and a half younger, and I really don't date people that are younger. But
That's not that bad.
I have in the past tried younger. Okay. It's not that it's not worked out. It's just been a really long time. And I've tried significantly younger, and I've tried like close to my age younger. Tried both.
The last two girls I've talked to were 33 and 35. And
see, Eli, we're different because I, at a certain time in my life, I liked them pushing 40. Okay. And I was 22.
See, what scared me about the last chick is, it was very quick. I found out she had like 4 or 5 kids, and I was like, oh, no. I was at Kozai earlier in Columbus, and had a great time. When I tell you there were so many, like at one point we were in one exhibit, and this kid just, and shout out to the parents that are doing great jobs, but this kid was just going bang, 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 bang. To the point where my whole family, my mom goes, oh my God. Like, you knew we were in trouble. Like, if my mom, the sweetest human being I know, goes, oh my God, we had to evacuate. So yeah, kids are usually a no-go for Eli. Like, I'm Uncle E, but to my niece and nephew, not to anybody else's kids.
But the problem though, Eli, you just turned 29.
Yeah.
Everybody has kids.
No, I disagree.
Eli is still in the clear. Eli is still in the clear. Even in your 20s, even early 30s, you're still in the clear. Okay. Now I'm 34.
Yeah.
I'm in the territory of, all right, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, Papa Double A.
Okay.
Yeah. Although that does roll off the tongue. It does.
Yeah, that's right. Look, because, they're like, oh.
Responsibility. First of all, there's only one Papa on this network.
That's right. How dare I? I? He's actually about to hear this tomorrow and be like, oh, so you think you're slick? You think you're slick,
yeah.
Huh? Okay.
He should beat your ass. Like, no, it's only one. All right. Number 2, the range. When you're in your 30s, the range, you go wherever you want within reason.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. Again, within reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
exactly.
Chris Hansen's not coming through these doors.
Hell no. Hell no.
Absolutely not.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
No. So what do you mean by that? What do you mean by taco? Oh, you never seen To Catch a Predator? Chris Hansen?
Trinidad Cat.
Yeah, you gotta watch those videos. Those are.
I'm just like, this has been like one of my favorite episodes of The Spiral. I can't lie. Like, this is awesome. Like, this is so happy. Like, what can we do to help?
I told you I'm not. This is not a trauma.
Keep Autumn on the air. That's how we can help.
Yeah, that's right. Autumn, you want to go 2 hours? We can find some more time throughout the week.
There's only one answer. Keep Autumn on the air.
My goodness, great. Okay,
Autumn,
so that's where we're at.
You want to do Bengals pregame and postgame?
Yeah, we think you probably would have some expert
Look,
analysis.
I already told him I don't like the Bengals. Okay, I don't like the Bengals. All right,
you might have to readjust.
Autumn, now hear me out. Autumn, hear me out. Hear me out. Browns Bengals
in December.
It's a pivotal. Yeah, but hear me out. That's the second time they play, so it's a pivotal game. Browns are in the okay. Let's humor ourselves for a minute. Browns are in the playoff hunt. They got to win this game. They're actually in the fight for the division, and they got to beat the Bengals. And the winner basically has the stranglehold on the division, and the Bengals come in and just whoop our ass. How are you feeling now about phone number guy?
I don't like the Bengals. Woo-hoo. Look.
Right. That's what okay. I'm just trying to make sure we vet the situation, that football will not get in the way.
No.
That this isn't loving basketball, won't be loving football. Like, we're just, okay. I'm with you.
I want you guys to understand this, okay? This is going normal for me so far. This is not normal at all. Usually by this time, something bad has happened, okay? We're going to knock on all the woods that this continues to be normal, okay?
$100 later.
Double A, we weren't supposed to talk about the money anymore.
I did the math too. It was $100 in total today.
Oh.
But
must be the money.
Money. Like Shane
not
McMahon.
the money.
Hey,
It's
Deion Sanders.
Okay?
Deion Sanders must be the money.
He's a nice boy to talk to. He's heard me tell all these stories. He knows my life is a little crazy. Hell, he saw me on Jersey Chasers, so he knows I'm a little out there. So I don't even have to pretend. He knows.
That part's good. That part's real good.
Autumn, I'm happy for you. That's all I got. That's literally my final point.
I
know we're up against. I'm happy for you.
I think Autumn's love story is better than Baker Mayfield's love story.
It is.
At least Autumn has an opportunity to get long-term commitment.
Yeah, exactly. Both sides came to an agreement. She was able to get, compensated correctly. Baker, unfortunately, not by the Buccaneers. I mean,
it's been 2 days. It's
right, and it's been 3 years or so in Tampa Bay, and Baker still can't get a new contract.
Still, they don't love that man.
I'm gonna tell you guys a very interesting Baker Mayfield ended up before we switch over to Midnight Run.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no! Wait, you have a Baker Mayfield story? Wait, hold on.
So when Baker Mayfield was here in Cleveland last,
yeah.
Well, okay, so this actually goes back to when he was in Oklahoma. So Baker loves to tell this love story with him and his wife. Baker and his wife did not have a love story, okay? Baker Mayfield is a serial cheater. All right, you guys. He had a girlfriend when he was at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Alleged. He
Allegedly.
had a girlfriend. He had a long-term girlfriend when he was at Texas Tech. He broke up with her, popped out with a new girl while everybody thought he was with the old girl. He had the same girlfriend the entire time he was at Oklahoma. Met his current wife, popped out with her. Everybody still thought he was dating the other girl. And I'm just going to say this. I went to a party once.
Okay.
I knew someone that Baker Mayfield was hitting up. Someone else at this party knew someone that Baker Mayfield was hitting up. 2 completely different people. And we were talking about it. And we were like, yeah, I know somebody. They were like, yeah, I know somebody too. So, yeah, he has severe commitment issues. Let's just say that. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
First off, allegedly, number one. And then
number 2, allegedly.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And if it is what it is. I should say that like that, but I really should say it like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is what it is.
I'm not going to sit here and judge somebody else's love. I don't know.
This is multiple people. We were all at a party. Actually, it was 3 different people. So it was me who knew someone, the hostess knew someone, and the hostess's friend knew someone. So allegedly 3 different people.
I'm going to sound like a pig for this next question. The day after that party, did he throw for multiple touchdowns?
No, this party was on like a Thursday. So
He did not.
Autumn, we are clearly, we've ran through the wall of midnight, so we're not even up against it anymore.
I can't even. Oh, one last thing before we.
You're out of time.
You're out of time on The Price is Right. We'll see you tomorrow.
I know, Double A, you wanted to talk about the messy league a little bit because it got messier again.
You got to wait till tomorrow. You're out of time.
Yeah, you're out of time. You got to say goodnight to the people, Autumn. Look, we don't make the rules. These things have changed themselves. Look, I didn't even do that. I didn't pull that banner up. I didn't do that. But
tomorrow, because I got a preview. We're going to talk about the messiest league in sports because Sydney Colson joined Amazon Prime's Primetime basketball, WNBA basketball coverage, and she said one of the funniest things I've ever seen. The QBs are going back to dating the famous girls. We're going to break down the QBs who have famous significant others, and I want you guys to ruminate on this. What is your favorite childhood movie that is terrible? Like as an adult, you watch it, and you're like, this is horrific. But as you were a kid, you were like, this is my favorite movie.
Okay.
That's a great question. I'm going to think about that one. That's a great question.
Me too.
Ruminate on it. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everyone, and watch Double A crash out about Deshaun Watson.
Can't wait. Midnight Run. Double A, I got you. I'm back. I got a fresh voice. Coming up after station identification.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
You ever just look at yourself and say, damn, I look good? There it is right there. My goodness. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. It is great to have you along. My name's Anthony Alford. Glad to have you along with us. Follow us at InsideEdge.net across all of our social media platforms. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, MySpace. Well, no, we're not on MySpace, but YouTube and whatever else I didn't mention. We're on there. It's on the screen. You see it. Also, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's where you can find us. Our merch store. You can support our sponsors, show schedules and personalities, and maybe soon dating profiles. Also, follow us on Roku, Inside Edge Network on the Roku app, or Inside Edge Network app on Roku. There you go. Download it all right here. We got a great show for you coming up later on, a brand new edition of This or That. Patrick Mahomes, a two-day champion. He has a new challenger today for This or That. The catch here, the thing that he's going up against is something that you can get for free. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. I present to you free pizza. How about that? Also, LeBron James. We got some news. We didn't get to it yesterday because, as Autumn said, I crashed out on Deshaun Watson yesterday, so we didn't get to it. But LeBron James, we got some news about who he met face-to-face. He only met with one team, and that one team was the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll hear sound and audio from that coming up in just a little bit, and we're going to debut something. I'm going to lay out the rules and the foundation for it. Something big we'll have for you. Pretty exciting stuff we got for you coming up here. My phone, by the way, was blowing up during the last hour. It was not from a girl, but somebody did mention, hey, how could I be a P1 listener of our of the network? I'm like, don't worry about it. All right. So let's start with Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield, he ain't happy. Baker Mayfield said he wanted to work out his contract situation with Tampa Bay during the offseason. Well, here we are in camp, and there's no new contract. Now, of course, we bring up Baker Mayfield because while one door has shut with LeBron returning to Cleveland, maybe there's a crack of another door of a former Cleveland player that could be potentially on his way back here. Now, there's a lot of things that has to happen for that to work if all sides want to go that path. But let's hear the audio for yourself first. Baker Mayfield talking with the, by the way, right before he talked to the media, and we'll play it for you in a second, signing autographs with kids and stuff. He's all happy, you know. Hey, buddy, glad you watched the Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp, and Hey, buddy, great job. And then he went to the podium and he had this to say about all the stuff that he is currently facing with his contract situation.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've told you guys I've been pretty upfront and honest about my feelings about Tampa. It being home for now our family. We're raising kids here. We love it here. I wanted the deal done and set the deadline and told them it was going to be all ball after that. And I did mean that. And I don't know if they thought I was just going to take some of the offers that they gave, but I'm at the point of my career and understanding what I've brought to this franchise. One, I'm very, very thankful for the chance they gave me. Do not get me wrong on that. But I've also I really know what I've brought to this franchise, leadership-wise, and even play-wise. It's been some of the best years of my career, and I think it's only going to trend upwards, just being comfortable and feeling that. So disappointing in that regard to not have, to feel disrespected a little bit. And that's really the disappointing part, to feel undervalued after – thinking you've earned it. This is not a poor me thing. There's a lot of other people that have it way worse off, but I can sit here and look at other quarterbacks and peers and evaluate myself based on that and put myself in certain categories that I deserve to be compensated for that. And I think I'm a franchise quarterback. I've been told I'm a franchise quarterback. It's been said publicly from ownership down here. And so to not have a deal done is very disappointing, but I said the deadline was a deadline, and I addressed the team to let them know I meant that. It's all ball. I'm with these guys. I think all the guys that have been here know exactly who I am. The guys that are new here, I wanted to address that because they might have had a notion prior to coming here about who I am as a person, but it's all team. It's all about winning here now and what we're going to do. And, hopefully Vita gets his back fixed and gets his deal done. I mean, he's the second longest tenured Buck behind CG, and Vita deserves that. He's the anchor of our defense, and so I hope they take care of him. It's disappointing to say the least, but it's all ball here, and I know I'm going to have a good year. I know this team, the things that we went through last year put us in a good spot for this year, depth-wise. A lot of guys being thrown to the fire to be able to grow and learn fast, and it didn't go the way we wanted, but it's a new season, and it's going to help us in the long run this year. Added some new pieces, and so I'm excited about it. It's all ball from here. After today, I'll answer a few more questions about the contract, but after today, I'm not answering anymore because I'm not negotiating anymore.
Well, you gave away the whole book. I mean, what else are we doing? Let me just say this. First off, I will fully admit from a content standpoint, everything that Baker did was fantastic for content, for hosts, for us to talk about. It was great. And for somebody, by the way, who said, after today, we're not going to really talk about this. He talked with Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. Anywhere he could find a microphone, he talked about his contract situation. And I think it's a terrible look. Personally, just because now you're putting your locker room and front office against each other. He also mentioned during that press conference, he didn't have, not all 5 starting linemen played at all during the season. So, you're throwing certain players under the bus. You're doing certain things, you're talking about the maturity, and the Buccaneers know this. They know, Baker, when a chip's on his shoulder, we don't need to pay Baker Mayfield when a chip's on his shoulder. He's just going to go out and talk trash about our team or about what's going on with the front office. Here's the deal. I completely understand the disrespect. I do. I have no issue. He's done what he needed to do. Obviously, Tampa Bay has gone all the way to the divisional round with Baker Mayfield. But what can he do without Mike Evans? What can he do without certain pieces there in Tampa Bay? Baker Mayfield, a year ago, we were talking after the first 5 or 6 games, he was on track to potentially win the MVP the first 5 or 6 games. And then injuries got in the way and a lot of other things happened. But the biggest thing is maturity. That's the biggest thing. But I say all that because something interesting is happening here in Cleveland. Something very interesting is happening. And there's an interesting conversation going on with the Browns. Right now, there's a feeling with the re-signing of Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit, and a lot of positions that were filled with younger players across the board outside of the quarterback room. In the eyes of those evaluating the Cleveland Browns, I think there's a good chunk of people, and I might be one of them, that is looking at every part of the roster except the quarterback and say, this roster could be ready to go. The roster, especially if you figure out what's going on at the receiving position, this roster is capable of winning games. So now the question obviously is quarterback. And the tough thing is, do you trust what's going on with Deshaun Watson? And Todd Monken talked today before practice, and he mentioned yesterday that basically the plan is for Deshaun and Shedeur to split reps, as QB1. But it's not going to be split reps in terms of, all right, you're in for a series and you're in for a series. It's more like day by day, right? So one day Deshaun will take first team reps. He did that yesterday. Shedeur Sanders took first team reps today. And again, there's like 5 or 6 weeks of this. But there is a world where Deshaun Watson doesn't work out. Shedeur, for whatever reason, doesn't work out. And you're back to square one here in 2027. If you feel that this roster is ready-made right now, you feel it's ready-made, do you keep I don't know if there's a world where you keep Deshaun because this is the last year of his deal, but is Deshaun Watson on the table for 2027? Do you stick it out with Shedeur Sanders and figure it out? There is that 2027 historic quarterback rookie class that's there. But then there's also potential free agents. And one of those free agents is the guy that we just talked about on the screen, in Baker Mayfield. Do you want Baker Mayfield back in a Browns uniform? Do you? All the trouble going on in Tampa. We were just talking last hour about dating, which is, and all the other stuff that's going on. We've gone our way. Baker's gone his way, his journey, and our journey. There's a world where we, as the Cleveland Browns, still cannot figure out an answer. And then there's a world where the guy that either redumped or left us, mutual, like whatever, even though things could be going well, it's not. Are you willing to just say, let me throw it all away, bring Baker home? And let's be objective about this, with the understanding that if things are not going the way of Baker's liking, that he will talk to the media about dysfunctions. There is a sense of, if you go back to something a second go around after being away, there is a different sense of, okay, you feel a little bit more freedom to speak out on certain things. You feel, all right, I've seen this song and dance before. So you're going to get accountability from Baker Mayfield. You will get that. But do you circle the wagon and go about it? There is a world where that's possible. There is a world. And here's the other truth. Because we just talked about this. Eli talked about this on Primetime earlier tonight. We have mentioned that Fernando Mendoza is not in a Browns uniform because Shedeur Sanders won a couple games. Notably, one of those games was against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So there is a world, if you feel that this roster is ready-made, you're going to win a few games, who's going to be there? Like, do you feel like that Baker Mayfield could ascend the team? We're going to talk about something that we're going to introduce We're going to premiere something on Main Event that I'm going to kind of explain when we come back. And I've seen some of our votes already. And some people on our staff, I'm not going to give away who yet because it's not ready to be released yet. There are people on our staff who believe that Baker Mayfield is an elite quarterback. I didn't say that, but some have. Again, I'm not going to reveal who, but I'll explain the QB tiers. And I'll posted a poll on my Twitter at AnthonyAlfred92. Let's have fun, right? 2027 Browns. Who's starting in week 1? Deshaun, Shador, 2027 rookie, or Baker? They all got votes. I'll tell you how the voting went down when we come back from break. Also, coming up next, LeBron James. He met with the Cavs. Do we hold the fire? We had the meeting. From that moment on, things didn't work out. Donovan Mitchell signed that extension. We'll talk about that. Plus, something Eli said about the Cavaliers kind of push my ear up a little bit. You got me stuff. I'll bring Eli back coming up in a little bit. Plus, the Columbus Blue Jackets just something foul. We'll get into that coming up on the other side of the break as well. This is Midnight Run. Glad you're with us on this Friday. It's Thursday still. At least it's payday. We'll be right back.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
I'm going to say this, as tempting as it would be to bring Baker Mayfield back into the fold, and I know a lot of Browns fans would be in support of that, and it would be righting the wrong. It'll be that's the storybook. I know LeBron is one thing, but that's the storybook, right? I still have concerns about his maturity. I still have concerns about his height. I still have concerns about, his injury history. I have major concerns about certain things. So it's my job to give a take. I would not vote to have Baker Mayfield as the 2027 starter for the Cleveland Browns. I would hate it. I would not hate it, but I don't think it's the right move. I think Shedeur Sanders still has a higher, just based on his pro style, based on his ability to extend plays. I would pick Shedeur Sanders and the level of growth there over Baker. And again, the second go around, it gets a little tough. It gets a little tricky. But again, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Eli, we do have in the banner the poll results here so far at Anthony Alfred 9-2. The Browns 2027. Who will be their week 1 quarterback starter? We have it here at the bottom. 2027 rookie comes in first, 45%. 30% says Shedeur Sanders. Baker Mayfield is not last in this voting, 15%. And then, listen, there are a few, but they are proud Deshaun Watson fans, 10% of our fans believing that Deshaun Watson will return to the Browns and be the starting quarterback in 2027. Let me bring in Eli, because I don't think he's had an opportunity to really speak on this particular situation. Eli, when you hear Baker, you hear what's going on in Tampa, and he says, I am not feeling the commitment. We're not locking. Baker Mayfield's essentially saying, you guys are not ready to put a ring on it after everything that I've done.
Yeah.
What's your take on what you're seeing?
It's kind of like playing out Double-A how it did in Cleveland a little bit, where he was starting to get frustrated near the end of his Cleveland tenure. Because if you remember the big discussion in Cleveland the first time around, I mean, his only time here, but with the talks of maybe another time, the first time that actually happened, the discussion was the 5th year, the contract extension. Is he going to get that rookie deal extended to another contract? And then the injury happens. All that, and we remember the rest of it. So it kind of feels a little bit like it was in Cleveland. He didn't experience this in Los Angeles. That was a quick stop. Didn't experience this in Carolina. Quick stop. Tampa Bay, however, has become home to him. He mentioned that. And I do believe him when he says that. He has become the starting quarterback. He's won a division title, if not 2 division titles in Tampa Bay. Was in the discussion for it again last year. And a really weird tiebreaker rule stopped him from going back to the playoffs again last year. So you have a lot there when it comes to Baker. He's been a guy who has helped make life after Tom Brady. Let's remember that Tom Brady, he won the Super Bowl. They had the success, and then there was kind of a moment where it's like, well, what next? And Baker Mayfield's eased that gap for Tampa Bay. So I can understand his frustrations. It's like, man, dude, I don't understand what else I need to do. Is it just winning more playoff games? Like, what else can I do? And then he mentioned Vita Vea, defensive tackle, who's a stud. I had to mention the other night on Primetime, if they can't get a deal done and he already requested a trade, the Browns should be all over that Double-A. All over that. We talk about what Myles Garrett, just to deviate for just a second. We talk about Myles Garrett and the defensive end stuff. Imagine Mason Graham and Vita Vea in the middle, which Jared Verse. So there's a lot there. But as far as Baker, man, I don't think I'm open to the idea of him coming back. I think I'm done with reunions in Cleveland for the most part. LeBron stuff, we're done with. Baker, I wish him well. And if it's not Tampa Bay, some other team will bring him in. But it doesn't have to be the Browns. Stop with the retread. Stop trying to do all this. So if Baker comes back, are we calling up Jarvis? I love Jarvis Landry. Are we calling Jarvis up? I mean, are we just bringing everybody back? Like, is Nick Chubb coming? I mean, like, we have to move forward as a franchise, and we haven't done that ever. We've always looked to go back. Even look at the Joe Flacco situation. Joe Flacco has a great 2023. Leads us to the playoffs in that back half of the year. And the Browns are like, oh, we don't know what to do at quarterback. Let's bring Joe Flacco back. You know, like they just continually do these retreads. And
Which is funny because they didn't bring him back in 24.
Right.
But they brought him back in 25.
Right. Odd, you know, and you just see all of this. And I guess that's where I'm burnt out as a Browns fan. As you could tell, when I got on screen, my hair was down, like just falling all over my face because I'm hearing this Baker stuff and I'm hearing the Deshaun and the Shador. I feel like I'm going crazy. And
like, I think a lot of the fans feel that way too, because that's why the 2027 rookie QB leads this poll right now. That's a vote of no confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I go back like with Baker. I understand the appeal. I understand what he did the first go around.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, like even today, and it's great for content. But today, him speaking out like that in Tampa, what the hell you think he's going to do when he's frustrated here in Cleveland?
And he's already shown that.
Known to be dysfunctional.
Yeah, and my apologies for interrupting, but he's already shown that, Dubs. I mean, like, let's be honest, man. He's already shown that. And that's why it's like, as much as I love Baker, I love the competitor, I think, okay, I haven't filled, spoiler alert, I haven't filled mine all the way out yet. My quarter, you know, the thing, we're looking at this elite and not, here's where I'm at, Dubs. Here's where I'm at. Baker Mayfield is good enough to win a playoff game, maybe sneak in another one, and that's the end. I think we can make that decision. I like Baker. I was going to bat for him over Dak Prescott. And you can be a top 10 quarterback, because to pivot back to Kyle's discussion earlier about top 10 quarterbacks in that list, you can be a top 10 quarterback and never get to a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Phillip Rivers made a whole career out of that. Other guys have made careers out of that. I think Baker Mayfield is a top 10 quarterback. I stand on that. I just think there's better quarterbacks in the NFC right now, better teams in the NFC, so he won't get there this year, barring a magical run. Now, a pissed off Baker Mayfield is a dangerous guy sometimes, so maybe we'll see what happens. But it's not happening there. And I think anywhere else he goes, the ceiling is the conference championship. Unless they have a super stacked team.
And he hasn't made it there yet.
Right, and they would have to have all the right situation for him. He's a great quarterback, but what I mean by that is he can't come in and just have to go in. If he were to leave Tampa, let's say hypothetically he leaves Tampa after this season, he can't go somewhere else and go, well, you know, the defense is giving up 35 points per game or something egregious, 28, 27 points per game. That's just not a winnable situation because you can't outscore everybody. Look at Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. We talk about how great he is, but unfortunately his defense can't stop a nosebleed. So that's why he's in the spot he's in. So I think a few things can be true. One, Baker Mayfield, top 10 quarterback. Two, Baker Mayfield deserves to be paid in Tampa Bay. Three, Baker Mayfield will not win a Super Bowl in his NFL career unless he's backing up somebody at the tail end of his career. But as a starting quarterback, I don't think so. Dubs, I got to be honest, man. I'm looking at this. I'm staring at this percentage and everything, brother. It is driving me up a wall. I can't tell you. Can you remember? I mean, there's so many rookie classes, draft classes that we've gone, whoa, the quarterback. I remember when Brady Quinn was supposed to save this franchise. Colt McCoy. I mean, the names go on and on. Johnny Manziel for a moment in time. Baker Mayfield. I mean, like, are we done? Are we done?
But the ones who want Baker here will tell you that it was Baker Mayfield who was the closest.
Right.
They'll tell you that now, that Baker Mayfield was the closest. And Baker Mayfield, what he has done in Tampa, and he gives you those first 5 games last season was like, oh, that's what he can do. It was shades of 2020 of, oh, when everything's clicking, that's what he can do.
Right.
But then when something goes wrong, it becomes iffy. So I would not, again, I'm in the camp, and I think you are too, of I would probably pass on Baker returning here.
Right.
Just, I wouldn't be, it's just, I think there's too much there's too many cons compared to pros of Baker 2.0 working here in Cleveland.
Right.
That's just how I feel. Now, what Eli referenced was a note that I sent out to our team here internally. We here at the network, we are currently voting internally for our, how would I say this, the Inside Edge Network quarterback tiers list.
Right.
And we will reveal the overall votes this Sunday on the main event. Us two and Rob Rosicki will reveal the results of the voting this Sunday night right here on the Inside Edge Network. We'll be on the air sometime after 9 o'clock. We'll be on for that. But I want to show you guys, because we based this, Mike Sandow of The Athletic for years has conducted a poll of quarterback tiers. It's one of the things I love the articles. They're great. He hasn't come out with his 2026 one yet, but basically it's how would general managers and executives and coaches, how would they rank all of the potential starting quarterbacks in the National Football League? So I'm going to share my screen here for just a second and show you some of what we're looking for here with this. If you can see it, and Eli will adjust it. There you go. Thank you. So this is what we're looking at, and this is what we're going to vote for, right? There are 5 tiers of quarterbacks across the National Football League, starting from tier 1 all the way down to tier 5. So you see basically look at it like this. Tier 1, elite quarterbacks. And when I mean elite, I mean you could take, let's just toss a name out. It's not a hot take. Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, right?
Right.
You could take elite quarterbacks. You could put them on any team across the NFL, no matter how garbage they are, and their mere presence on that team, they're a playoff contender. You put Josh Allen on the New York Jets, you put Patrick Mahomes on the Cleveland Browns, they're playoff contenders.
Right.
No, you put whoever else you have as QB1, tier 1, on the Arizona Cardinals, playoff contender.
Right.
Now, tier 2, really good quarterbacks, like really good. They can carry their team sometimes, but it's not as consistent. They will have a couple of stinkers, but they're really good quarterbacks. They can handle pure passing situations and doses, and they have other dimensions of their game that's special enough to elevate them above tier 3, but there's a hole or two in their game. Tier 3, legitimate starter, but they need a running game. They need a little bit more support. They need defense. They need things to work out around them to win. But if they have that, they will help you win games. A lower volume, drop back passing offense suits them best. And then we get to tier 4, tier 5. Tier 4, this is how we classify it. Unproven player. So these are rookies. Spoiler alert, Fernando Mendoza will be in tier 4 because he hasn't played yet in the NFL. But unproven player, not enough information for voters to classify, or I tweaked it, veteran/journeyman quarterback, who ideally would not start in all 17 games, but if you need a plug-and-play situation, your starter goes down, you need somebody to fill in for, let's say, 2 or 3 games, that's a tier 4 quarterback.
Right.
And then tier 5 quarterback, they have no business starting. No business. That's that. So that's what we're voting on. I guess we can have a little bit of a quick discussion right now. Let's at least talk a little bit through Baker Mayfield since he's the topic of discussion. I did see on our team, and I'm not going to give away who has voted so far. Right. I did see a couple ones for Baker Mayfield. Nah. I don't. I think there's too many limitations. I think the situation always has to be right. I don't think Baker can go to a situation anywhere in the NFL and automatically make the team he's on playoff contenders. Now, the question in my mind is Baker Mayfield a tier 2 quarterback or a tier 3 quarterback?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to give away my answer, but I mean, I feel like, I guess I will. I'll reveal mine, but I will not reveal any of my other quarterbacks. Got to tune in Sunday main event. That's it. I'll say tier 2. I'll say he's tier 2. He's a guy who's won playoff games, AA. I mean, we got to give him that. Like, yes, situation's got to be a little ideal, but like, let's not, another guy, and we won't get into his tiers or anything like that tonight, but Sam Darnold. Like, he had to have an ideal situation. Yes, he played well, but look at a lot of his games. 1 touchdown. I mean, yes, he had 4 or 5 touchdown game here or there. A lot of it was the running game, the defense. I mean, it was a team effort. So I think there's a lot of guys that kind of have to have at least an ideal situation to a degree. I think Baker, though, is a guy who's, again, beat Philadelphia in the playoffs, has won a playoff game, beat Pittsburgh on the road. I know it was 2020, the COVID, I get it, but he won against Pittsburgh. That is something that doesn't happen here in Cleveland, in playoffs for that. You have that. He was close to an AFC championship game. He's been close to it. I mean, but again, we've talked about it. I believe you could be a top 10 quarterback and an elite quarterback, or right below elite, which is tier 2, and not get to a Super Bowl and kind of cap out at that second round, maybe conference championship game. That's where I think Baker is. I'll reveal that. That's my only one I'll reveal until Sunday. But I think Baker Mayfield is tier 2.
Yeah, and again, Baker's tough. I would say tier 2. I think I voted tier 2 for Baker Mayfield. I have to check, but yeah, because again, he was an MVP candidate for a reason. That was not a fluke.
Right.
The start of the season was not a fluke. I'm not going to penalize him losing his offensive line basically last year. I'm not going to penalize him for that. But the key this year, what is he going to do without Mike Evans? He doesn't have as many weapons. So what is he going to do in those situations? But Baker has, and again, we're using 2026, but there is part history with this. We know he can legitimately help you win games.
Right.
The consistency, that's why he's tier 2, not tier 1, because the consistency may not be there. But it's an interesting conversation that we're short of time of having, but I think that's Baker is one of the interesting ones that's in there. Both Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson's on this list because we put down all quarterbacks who we are either going to start or in contention to start. Mm-hmm. So I believe there's only Eli. I think there's 4 teams that have legitimate quarterback battles.
Right.
Obviously, here in Cleveland, we're one of them, and I think ours is the most unpredictable of the 4. But they're all on there.
Yeah.
I will point out, I have only one tier 5 quarterback.
I think I know who it is.
You want to take a guess who it is?
Am I okay? All right. Well, maybe I may be able to spoil one more before Sunday. I believe tier 5 is Jacoby Brissett.
No. I don't have him in tier 5.
Okay.
I have Deshaun in tier 5.
I mean, that's fair. If you only have one, I guess I wasn't thinking that. It definitely is probably Deshaun Watson, but I'll be real. I guess I kind of ruined mine a little bit. I have him and Brissett in the same tier. I think they're ironically enough, they both at some point have been Browns quarterbacks.
That's the craziest thing. The Jacoby Brissett thing's been very interesting because, he got it. He got somewhat of a new contract. But it's like, hey, I put up these numbers. I put up all this. What was your win-loss record?
Yeah, Arizona was getting that ass whooped. Your garbage time put it up some time. Come on, dude. That's like somebody at the local YMCA. Their team's down by 25 playing basketball. And you know what? They're like, well, I hit a few threes in the game. What was the final score? 65-10? Like, come on.
Hey, I'm sitting here. I'm like Drewski. I'm sitting here. I'm like, hey, that's my fantasy football quarterback right there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Hey, give me 50 to 60 pass attempts a game. Give me some garbage touchdowns, and get me to the semifinals of fantasy football.
I love it. I'm nervous about my fantasy football quarterback room too. Stroud and Nix. We'll see. We'll talk about it Sunday. We're up against it. I know you got more to talk about. I'm going to disappear here.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll talk LeBron and Shams' new report. We'll talk about it next on Midnight Run.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Well, Side Hustle Podcast is ready to go. And Kyle, we talked SummerSlam.
We did, and we're going to have the results this coming Friday morning. A nice little 4 to 5 days to really, marinate with what the fuck happened over the weekend when it came to SummerSlam. I mean, did, Seth and Roman hold weight? Was it a true grand finale to that feud that's, over a decade plus in the making? Is CM Punk still champion? Did Nick Aldis, show up and show out, and his one chance turned into a golden opportunity? There's going to be so many questions that need to be answered. Plus, Evander had some interesting things that we were going to talk about, too, when it comes to just overall, lists and things. We haven't done lists in a long time on this program. I think it's been months and months and months. So we'll throw one of those at your guys' way, too, this coming up.
Yeah, we cannot wait. The Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast, only here on the Inside Edge Network.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Hey guys, awesome programs today here on Unfiltered. Got into a lot, including that Canton house explosion. The video is kind of insane. You have to watch it. Watch back Unfiltered today. It was just insane. And talked to Jake Underwood too about kind of the questions really about why we're at where we're at right now when it comes to multiple house explosions in the past few months, all these different pipeline bursts, all that. We get into that and so much more tomorrow. It is time, the unveiling of our memes of the week. You guys submitted your entries. We have the finalists and so much more local news, sports, everything going on here in Northeast Ohio, rather, on Unfiltered, all along the Inside Edge Network. I will see you at 5 o'clock on your Friday.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. We have some breaking news on the basketball front involving LeBron James and Shams and the Game Time, Game Over, Game Whatever podcast. I think it's Game Time podcast. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's just craziness there. Here is Shams revealing some information that we didn't know about LeBron and who he met. He only met with one team. Take a look.
Yo, it's not a breadcrumb.
It's
a loaf of bread.
Now, you tell me, Rich, if I'm right or wrong. Is it the Cavs front office group, Kobe Altman, Brandon Weems, the Gilbert family, Grant Gilbert?
Okay. What are you referring to? What happened?
Meeting with LeBron in Akron in early July. Is that the loaf of bread you're talking about?
Early July? Wait a minute. How did you know about that?
I couldn't say,
So you thought this got by Shams, but he has all the details.
I thought it got by Shams because
like,
he never said anything to me about that. Nobody knew about that. That did not get out nowhere. Nobody knew about that.
Why was this not reportable? Why did you not
time.
report it?
So in real time, the integrity aspect matters more than anything because this was information I was told by multiple people on background, off the record. This was something that ethically I couldn't report because, one, it wasn't told to me in a way that I was able to have reporter go double check and triple check. It was told to me off the record.
If someone says, "Hey, I can tell you on background, but this is off the record," and you agree to that, then you can't burn them.
And I
right?
report that. That's journalistically
unethical.
As we spoke about earlier on this show, like for me, responsibility is important. Being upfront is important. Ethically doing the job the right way. My job is to tell the truth, but also if it's off the record and it's being told like this isn't reportable.
Right.
If you talk about
and if I did that, you're burning the source. And the other side of it is also this is, the history of LeBron in Cleveland, and what he means to that organization and, something like that. And that's probably why it was told to me off the record, right? Because if that were, something that got out, I do think in real time it does lead on a little bit.
So people get their hope.
Now, let me just share this, and that's courtesy of the Game Over podcast. Eli told me to say it right one time. The Game Over podcast. Look, first off, from a journalistic standpoint, listen, ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows things that are not shared over the air in some way, shape, or form. Everybody knows stuff. That's why, that's why people are very careful if they're in-house, whether it's camp, whether it's, any sport. People are very careful because Shams is right. If people will tell you stuff when it's correct to report it, they'll report it. But if it gets out, forget about it, right? Forget about it. If that's on you, and you burn that bridge, and that's your career. I honestly think, again, being an insider, being a reporter, is one of the worst jobs in sports media, because you got to be on top of everything. People tell you everything, but you can only report it when you're supposed to report it. And plus, too, people don't know the meaning of journalism anyway in 2026. So beyond that makes it tough. Real quick on LeBron. If we believe that information to be true, that he only met with the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm going to take my foot off the gas on LeBron. He at least gave the courtesy. They met. It seemed to me like, all right, after the meeting, it just didn't work out. And I think within days, we saw the Cavaliers sign Donovan Mitchell to the extension. So we did see that, and off we go. Now, we're going to run a little over. It's okay. I'm going to bring Eli in because I want to piggyback on what he said on Primetime, because this point has stuck with me now for a couple of hours. Eli earlier tonight said, hey, if you guys knew about this and you knew LeBron most likely was not coming here, why was you sitting around and doing nothing for the last couple of weeks? Go ahead and expand on that, buddy.
Yeah, mind-boggling. I mean, for weeks we sat here and go, well, they're just working on LeBron. They're maneuvering all the things for LeBron. James Harden's going to sign this deal once LeBron comes here, and maybe we get Anthony Davis, maybe we get Kyrie, maybe we get whoever, and we didn't end up with any of them, and because we just kept thinking, well, this is where we're at. We're all in wondering, but it seems like when the Cavaliers met with LeBron, per Shams of ESPN, when they met with him, it seems like a few weeks, we can have 2 weeks before the decision even came out. And it seems like both parties said, thanks, but no thanks. And then remember, if this timeline's correct, a day or two after, Donovan Mitchell inked his extension, his long-term extension. And we have heard reports out of LeBron's camp about how they feel about Donovan, that they should have moved off of Donovan rather than Darius Garland, that they should have looked at other options involving what can they get out of Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs basically gave, in my opinion, double birds to LeBron's camp and said, this is our guy. When you've decided to not choose us multiple times, he has chose us multiple times. So I just believe it's frustrating overall when you think about all of it. Okay, you signed Donovan, but then what else did you do? Yeah. What else did you do? You sat here, like I said earlier, you sat here and you didn't do anything. I mentioned this on Primetime, AA. The only signing they have is Mario Hezonja, and that is as sticky as it can get right now, because now is he even in the opt-out clause? Did he do it in time to avoid from Real Madrid, or is he going back to Real Madrid, or is he going to another league? I've read reports that this is just a ploy for him to get out of the Euro League deal, his European deal overseas, get to the NBA so he can have more flexibility. That Cleveland, who gives it? In his mind, who cares if it's Cleveland?
Yeah, I thought that was very fishy.
It's just an odd thing. And even if they add Jonathan Kuminga, okay, great, we had a young piece. AA. Young pieces typically aren't what you're trying to add when you're trying to win a damn championship. You add somebody that is going to put you over the top. Jonathan Kuminga was on a team that once won championships in Golden State, and they didn't view him strong enough there to put even in the rotation. And he had a good second half in Atlanta, and I think he could be promising here in Cleveland. But championship? Let's stop that discussion right now. Unless, I've heard murmurs and wishful thinking of Kevin Durant. Come on, man. Can we please stop? Like, this is just what it is. The Cavs Guardians this offseason. They are okay. Team. Yeah, they're okay resting on their laurels, buy some season tickets. They're going to be in the playoffs. Like I said earlier, I still think they're a top 4 or 5 team in the East. I know we may differ a little bit on that. I still think when it's all said and done, they will be a top 4 or 5 team in the East. But that's a second round exit again, or an Eastern Conference Finals exit again. Like, that's where we're at, and it's just so frustrating. Why weren't they doing anything? Why? If you knew you were cool on LeBron, why didn't your focus shift to, I don't know, Jaylen Brown because he wasn't traded 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember, I think that was, a week and a half ago? So there were still things out there. You could have went for it. And Brian Windhorst from ESPN has mentioned that if the Cavs wanted Giannis, if they wanted Jaylen Brown, they could have got him.
But they picked Evan Mobley over both.
Which is confusing because it's like, okay, Evan Mobley, I rock with the guy. He better average 25 and 12 next year. And like 2 blocks per game. Like that's the expectations the Cavs are now putting on this guy. We could talk about, okay, are we being fair to Evan Mobley? Maybe don't put the expectation on him. Maybe we look to move him. Now that the Cavs have doubled down and said, we'd rather have you over Giannis. We'd rather have Evan Mobley. Okay, all right, okay. I mean, we'd rather have Evan Mobley over Jaylen Brown. Okay, that's like, we'd rather have Evan Mobley over almost anybody. I don't even know how many untouchable players are in the NBA anymore because I thought LaMelo Ball was untouchable up until this past month.
Yeah,
this is where I'm at. I don't understand how Evan Mobley, and I rock with him, is where they are drawing the line in the sand and saying we are gonna rest on our laurels and hope this works out. There's nobody out there though, bro, that they can get that puts his team over the top. Unless they shock us all this week, we fall over wherever we're sitting down at, and Kevin Durant or somebody else walks in this door. But let me burst that bubble. It ain't happening.
And I think, too, I will say some of the in-season trades that fans have wanted, I think circumstances have stopped those trades, but it doesn't explain the inactivity after July 4th weekend.
Correct.
It just doesn't. And we're going to find out quick. Again, I show you the NBA Cup. And I know the NBA Cup doesn't have much legitimacy, but in terms of group play, you have all championship contenders in our group.
Right.
We're going to face them all in November, late October and November. So you're going to learn real quick where we stand against our competitors. Like, that's the playoff field right there. The Knicks, Cavaliers, Sixers, Heat, and then the returning Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers.
Right, and think about this, AA. Pacers got better. Halliburton, obviously, the addition, getting him back, that made them better. Philadelphia, we know they got better. Jaylen Brown and LeBron James, and they've added Anthony Simons, and they've added Dean Wade. We know they got better. Miami got Giannis. We know they got better. We'll see the depth, but they got better. New York, okay, I can hear a little bit, maybe they didn't get better. Obviously, they lost Mitchell Robinson, and we'll see who else they may have to give up if James Dolan doesn't want to go to the second apron. So you have the Knicks that may have got a little worse because they lost their starting center, but I think they'll live. And then you look at the Cavaliers. And I used my own imaginary whiteboard earlier, but if you just follow me here on the imaginary whiteboard, the Cavs lost Dean Wade to Philly. They lost Keon Ellis to Brooklyn. And they added, question mark, Mario Hezonja. How do you feel about this offseason? They have gotten worse. They didn't even just stay stagnant. They've got worse. They didn't even keep their own guys. And here's the kicker. I said it earlier tonight. James Harden still hasn't signed a contract.
Still hasn't done so.
Isn't that weird? I'm sorry to interrupt. Isn't that weird?
You brought it up. I mean, it's Draymond signed his to Golden State.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was a matter of
there has to be, there has to be. Is there any smoke with the Kevin Durant thing? That's it.
That's the only thing I could think of. I mean, I'll be honest. If it happened, which I think is a pipe dream, if it happened, he'd be a great fit. He's a scoring wing.
And listen, this Eastern Conference, again, that group we just showed, just a group, it's an arms race. It's an arms race. So maybe a KD is somebody you do need to think about.
No, but you're right.
Probably not, but.
No, it's probably not happening. But you're right, and we can sell it on the chemistry, right? James Harden started his career with Kevin Durant in Oklahoma City. So there is there. So maybe Harden's like, dude, okay, LeBron didn't work out. Let me make a call to KD. We're still tight. Let me make a call and see what I can do. And if not, I'll ink this deal. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's making one more attempt to keep the money open for Kevin Durant. Because if not, I'm at 80% he's still a Cavalier. But let me tell you this. If we are here, which we will be every Monday through Friday, midnight, and of course 10 to 1, 3-hour stream. But if we are here Thursday on the Inside Edge Network and James Harden still isn't signed as a Cavalier, My percentage of him signing here is now at 50-50. If we're here next Thursday and he still hasn't signed,
it'll drop. It will definitely drop. We might talk about Kevin Durant a little bit more tomorrow.
Yeah,
I do want to get on the Blue Jackets thing. We'll do that tomorrow because I want to give that some time. We are going to end the show, and actually tomorrow it's going to be like broadcaster heavy tomorrow because I want to talk a little bit about the Baseball Hall of Fame. Joe Buck, also Paul Hoynes. They were both inducted to the Hall of Fame. I know it happened last weekend, but we've been busy. We haven't had time to get into that. I want to talk about that coming up tomorrow. And what's going on with the Blue Jackets. The radio TV simulcast, terrible thing for fans and for sports and for what we do in broadcasting. We need time to get into that. We're going to end the show with I think it's a new segment. We're just going to do at the end of every show, this or that. Patrick Mahomes has survived 2 episodes of the Side Hustle. Wow, wrong show. I taped that today. Of Midnight Run. Oh, man, I can't wait for the weekend. Has survived 2 episodes of Midnight Run. It's a choice of, do you pick this or that? It doesn't have to be quarterback versus quarterback. So what did we do the other day? We did Monday was Patrick Mahomes versus Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, you remember what we did Tuesday?
Yeah, it was Patrick Mahomes versus Popeye's Chicken.
That's right. Now, today, we took yesterday off. Now, today, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes versus a food item.
Okay.
But this particular food item, there's a little history behind this. Red Baron Pizza. Now, Red Baron Pizza, you typically see, at your local grocery store. They do a pretty good job with like small pizzas and stuff, pepperoni, meat lovers, supreme pizza. They do a pretty good job of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, they are celebrating their 50th anniversary of business.
Okay.
And in honor of them celebrating their 50th anniversary, they are offering a 50-topping pizza. 50 toppings. If you're curious about how can you get 50 toppings, let Morgan Chomps from YouTube explain.
Trying Red Baron's 50-topping Supreme Pizza. Red Baron has sent me the supremest pizza ever with literally 50 toppings. So let's see if this is actually good or way too much for our taste buds. I baked this pizza at 400 for a little under
We'll pause it because the video paused. You can just see it there. It's not even cooked yet.
That's a lot going on, man.
That is a lot.
30 minutes. The crust was definitely starting to be done before the toppings. This 50-topping pizza is in honor of Red Baron's 50th.
The video is overloaded by all the toppings, AA. It just can't.
Birthday, which
there's
kind
a
of
lot
makes me
going
want
on. That's I'm skipping to the end here. You get the idea. It's 50 toppings.
Is that carrots? Is that carrots?
So I loaded in the photo. Let's see if we can get the photo here real quick. Here it is. So look at that.
That looks.
So 50 different toppings for the Red Baron pizza. Oh, now it wants to play. Okay, we're done. So let me see some of the items here. I'm looking at it on the other screen here. So let's see. Spinach, bacon, tomatoes, jalapeno, onions.
Okay.
Yellow peppers, parsley.
Okay.
Diced pepperoni. Dried onions.
Okay.
Crushed red peppers. Yep, there's carrots.
Oh my God.
Mexican style sausage.
Okay.
Spinach.
Okay.
Roasted red onions. Roasted mushrooms. Turkey beef pepperoni.
What?
Pineapple.
Uh-huh.
Jalapeno. bacon bits, and many others. I think there was gummy bears on here at some point.
Come on.
I think I can't confirm. Oh, there's chicken and ham, black olives. Okay, you get the point. There's 50 toppings.
Yeah, this is
now the contest. This is free pizza. You got to go on their website, fill out a form, and I think if you fill it out, and I don't know if it's a contest or what, but you fill it out, and they'll send the pizza to you for free. But it's the 50 topping pizza.
This reminds me, I was with my mom earlier. She reminded me, last night when we were getting ice cream. She goes, "Remember when we used to go to Dairy Queen after baseball games when you were younger, and you would just get everything in your sundae, everything. You'd be like, can I get a hot fudge sundae? But can I get this and this and this and this and this?" And then I would eat about 2 bites of it and let it just melt and just all over my hands, and I would throw out pretty much an entire large hot fudge sundae. This is the pizza version of what I was doing at Dairy Queen when I was younger. What? I mean, like carrots? Carrots? Yeah. Oh, Double A, I'll just put the question up, dude. I don't even. For me, Mahomes moves on. I mean, like, absolutely. This made my stomach hurt. Like, just looking at this and watching. Oh my goodness, my stomach hurts. Like, dude, I don't understand how somebody could eat this and be like, "Yum, I can't wait to have this for lunch." Like, what? You're gonna be on the toilet the rest of the day, dude. Like, hopefully you work from home so you have quick access. Because my goodness, you're not picking this, are you? You're not picking this.
No, obviously not. Like, we're bringing back Smash or Pass, by the way. And in that element of the segment, this would be a hard pass. Yes. This would be a, what are we doing? Yeah. I pick off Supreme pizza toppings. So there is no universe where, is free by sweepstakes. There are 10 winners.
I don't think anybody wins here. Sorry, Red Baron. I mean, Red Baron has done good for 50 years. They have been in their leagues at our grocery stores. If you're not going with some of the other frozen pizzas, like this is one of the top of the top. Like this is one of those ones. And then this is like LeBron signing with Philadelphia. You had a great legacy, and then you just screw it up at the end.
Does it even properly cook? If you have that many toppings,
oh my stomach!
Does the pizza even? You put it in the oven? Does it even properly cook?
No. I mean,
cheese
no.
Is gonna be awful. The cheese is gonna be awful.
And think about all the flavors it's soaking up. Like, think about the carrot juice and oh my god,
carrots and onions and
imagine you get a carrot jalapeno bite. Imagine you're biting, you get a carrot jalapeno bite. Like, oh my god, dude. And I hate pineapple on pizza. Let me just be clear. I hate pineapple on pizza. So, I mean, that alone disqualified this thing. But then,
even if this was not on a pizza, and all this was on a bowl in a bowl,
oh my god,
ain't no way I'm eating that.
No, that's like what you serve to your neighbor if you don't like your neighbor. Hey, we made you a jamboree. Welcome to the neighborhood. Like, this is what you serve.
So we have problems in this country with explosive diarrhea. And then we have companies frying condoms in their chicken and putting pineapples and carrots and gummy bears on their pizza.
Yeah, we need Dr. Cornell.
Where's Quadel X?
Yeah, Quadel X. That's right.
And Dr. Candace Matthews.
That's right. We need them on the case. Damn it.
Oh man. It's like they have no idea What's going on? They don't know. It's like,
Dude.
what are we doing?
And some poor person, whoever it is gonna get this as like their birthday present. Like, they're having a party and they're having a kickback or something. And like, man, we have a great pizza for you. And you're excited and they don't tell you what it is. You get to the party and you see this and you immediately walk out. It's like the Grandpa Simpsons meme where he puts the hat on and walks in and immediately puts the hat back on and walks out. Like, that's what this is, dude. Oh my goodness.
Now, final question.
Yeah.
Would you Patrick Mahomes is moving on. We could take the banner down.
Yeah, for sure.
Patrick, we'll see you tomorrow night. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But are you taking this pizza or the Houston Popeyes chicken with the condom?
Okay, this pizza. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, dude. That ain't even a question. That is not even a question, brother. Because guess what? This might make your stomach hurt, but you may not wake. With the other one, you may wake up with some diseases you don't want.
For those who don't know, we'll briefly play it for you. Here's what happened down in Houston.
Call the GM, need to call the owner, need to call corporate.
He even had to go
brothers
to the
and sisters.
emergency room behind
Be careful what you eat in this
I
Popeyes.
would not be ordering none of this damn
The chicken is coming with used
The
condoms
chicken
in
had
it.
used condoms in it. Don't you order none of that
So-
chicken. Get your money back.
My concern is if you eat this chicken, you might want to decide if you want to swallow or spit.
Yeah.
But that's how sick and nasty it is eating this damn Popeyes.
The boy went to the emergency room. We got everything. Police report, everything. Y'all better go to another Popeyes chicken.
So if you
'Cause
like,
they choking chickens in here.
if you like eating chicken with condoms in it, step
Then
right on up and
step
get your
right on
two-piece for a
up.
special.
Make sure you get a Trojan special. Step right on up.
And they thought it was funny. Matter of fact, we'll show you the video. Where's that
I got
video?
it right here.
Y'all come take a look at the video. Come look at it. All you customers. He's got to break it out. Look at it. Look.
Condom in the chicken.
Look. Look at this nasty, filthy shit. Look at this. You don't know whose DNA you chewing on in Popeyes today. Look at this sickness.
Look at it. Show them.
Look at this.
Y'all better get y'all money back.
Look at this. You can tell the condom was fried and cooked
And
in the
laid to
chicken.
side.
Look at this.
So I'm wondering if it's
This is
lifestyle
crazy. Take
or
a look at
Trojan.
this. Look at this. Back, sister.
Who over here
don't
getting
get the chicken.
freaky?
Somebody's in the back doggy style of the chicken.
They doing some
And so,
freaky stuff.
Need to be careful getting this
They
chicken
doing
up in here.
more than choking chicken. They punking chicken, popping it up.
Oh my goodness,
And that was down in Houston.
dude. The only
Houston
thing
Popeyes.
the only thing that can make this pizza worse is if there was a used condom in it.
At this point, what's stopping them?
I mean, the reputation, man, because I don't think that Popeyes is ever opening again.
We're going to have an update tomorrow on what's happening with that Popeyes. If we had any results, we could take that pizza down.
Yeah.
Get that.
Yeah, get that shit out of
Get
here.
that outta here.
Get that out of here.
I don't care if it's free. I don't care. Do I do it on behalf of the show and enter the contest?
If you do, I will try it with you.
Okay.
But we are gonna need like trash cans visibly near us. I know Red Baron's loving this pitch. They're like,
Should we do it on behalf of the network?
Yeah, we'll take the L.
I'll be a team player. On behalf of the network, I'll fill out an application.
You know what? I'll support you. I ain't filling an application out. Because what if we both win and we get two of these things?
I'm the wrong person to do this, too. I'm a picky eater as is.
So am I, bro. So am I, man. Like onions are a no-go. I was mentioning earlier.
Onions is a no-go.
Yeah, like, dude, dried onions and diced onions.
Put that photo back up there for a sec. I'll give you every topping that's a no-go, and it's like 90% of it. I love carrots. I actually love carrots.
Okay.
A carrot on a pizza, fine. You know, whatever. Dry onion, grilled onion, Mississippi onion, I don't care. No onions.
Yep.
On pizza, none. We're not doing that. Jalapenos, absolutely not. No. We're not doing that. Yeah. I don't do black olives.
Okay. All right.
I don't do
You do mushrooms?
Situation, I don't do mushrooms.
Oh, dang. Okay, all right. Okay.
See, you're already ahead of the game. I think you like black olives, so you like mushroom.
I do, but then I am not putting carrots on a pizza. I am not eating any type of onion. The jalapenos, I spice my taco up with like a jalapeno in there. This thing has jalapenos all over it. No go. I mean, like, there's just too much. I'm not like a big ham on pizza guy. Like, I'm just not. So, like, no. I don't think chicken really belongs on pizza unless it's like buffalo chicken. And this already has too much going on, and the chicken just gets disrespected at this point on the pizza. Like, no, dude. Absolutely
See, what would be the dominant flavor? The dominant topping?
There is none. It's a pizza full of betas. Like, that's what it is. Double A. Like, dude, like, I don't think you'll eat food the rest of the week.
No. It's not even just a slice. They're giving you a whole pizza.
And it's a big-ass pizza. It's not even just like a normal large. It's a beast of a pizza.
I don't even know how this pizza was. I mean, how would it smell?
Bad. I don't know. Not good. Not good. Imagine every flavor on that pizza hitting your nose at once.
Oh.
Spice, but also like spice from the jalapeno, but also like stench from the onion. And then you're getting the carrot. You're getting that little carrot smell, like there's a carrot somewhere. And then pineapple. Now you got the smell of like, sweet. Oh my! I'm getting sick. I'm actually visibly getting sick. I was gonna eat the rest of this cheesesteak after the show. I think I'm gonna wrap it up and eat it for lunch tomorrow. I am visibly getting sick on the show right now. Damn you, Red Baron. You've done so well. 50 years. So what happens? Look, we talk all the time about make sure you take care of yourself so when you're older you don't make mistakes. And you can be proud of it. And Red Baron, for 49 years, you've done a damn good job.
Yeah.
In the 50th year, it's like you went senile. Like you don't know what you're doing no more.
You know what happened, right?
What?
They were watching like Adult Swim, getting high or whatever. They're up at this time at night, getting high and stuff. And it's like, boy, what if we did this? And then how about we try this?
Or they're in a partnership.
Some idiot out there is going to eat all this.
Double A. Or they're in a partnership with like wipes or toilet paper right now.
It's got to be like Do-Right wipes or something.
Something like they're like, how can we make these people shit so we can get more money on the back end, literally, with the partnership.
And it's Red Baron. And they have good pizza.
They do. Like that
ain't one of them.
You know what? I might become more of a DiGiorno guy, and I like DiGiorno. I might be more DiGiorno at the grocery store moving forward just for this. You can't move. You can't just turn a blind eye to this. Like, really? Really? Red Baron. More like Red Bullshit right now. Like, come on, man. Come on. I thought the worst thing I saw when I was off, took the day off and, was getting back ready to rock, was that Mario Hezonja may not even be a Cavalier. And I'm not even excited about him being a Cavalier. And then you present this.
I didn't present it. The Red Baron presented it.
Yeah, you're right. No. They supplied it. You've brought it to the midnight hour at Midnight Run. And now you've sat here and broke down how disgusting. I mean, Double A. Well, first off, I'm glad to be back. Missed everybody, but goodness gracious, bro. I may not eat till tomorrow night after seeing that.
I mean, there's got to be like 2 toppings on that you love.
Sure, and you know what I would do? Order a 2-topping pizza with those 2 toppings that I love.
Yeah. Just give me, you know what? Just give me, if you want to do like a 20-topping meat lovers pizza, fine.
Sure, but this is like, nobody likes going in the community pool all like that. This is like the community pool of pizza. Everybody's allowed in.
Yeah. Hey, let's mix every sauce that you have on your wings, on your chicken. Every sauce.
Like what's exactly? What's next for the pizza? Are they going to put like half, a quarter of his pizza sauce, a quarter of his Alfredo sauce, some of it's, a cheese sauce underneath? I mean, come on, man. Look, what
Don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas. That'll soon be a hot pocket. Do not give them ideas.
I mean, dude, if it's taught us anything, we need to start cooking more at home. That's what we've learned today.
Yeah, well, if this thing with Autumn and phone number guy works out. I can't believe that story. I'm sorry. I cannot believe that story.
Phone number guy.
I can't believe it.
Hey, man. Hey, you know, we appreciate all the listeners, man. We appreciate all of them. And you know
I'll take Skyline Chili over that pizza any day of the week.
You're right.
Any day of the week. Their entire menu I would take over that pizza.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you eat the green, like the St. Patty's Day Skyline Chili over this?
No. Well, no.
Would you eat the green? You said anything. Would you eat the green Skyline Chili? Like the here's the St. Patty's Day official. Here's the green noodles and the slop, or would you eat this pizza?
I'll suck it up. I'll do the Skyline. I'll suck it up.
Because I think it's just like food coloring, but the fact that it's green noodles and the chili's already a little sloppy. Oh my goodness.
They have good chili. They closed the 2 locations here in the area.
Yeah. There was one in Ridge Park Square.
Yeah, they closed it, but I'm disgusted.
I am too. No more.
I don't
words.
think there's a single thing about any topic from today's show that I liked.
Well, let's see. You talked about Baker
Mayfield bitching and moaning about Tampa and his contract. Cavs ain't doing nothing after hearing, LeBron. Oh, we talked 3 weeks ago. You just didn't know about it. Oh, we just sat on our ass for 3 weeks and did nothing. Okay. And now that pizza.
Dubs. You know what? You know what I say we do? We regroup. We get ready for a big Friday. And forget that this should ever even hit our airwaves.
There comes a point in time where you just say, we're done. Let's try again tomorrow.